Welcome to the channel. I'm Jake, and this is our 2 cents. We talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing Devin, the Dream, turned into a nightmare, Stevenson, Canelo Alvarez, and what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on with Shakur Soft Touch Stevenson? But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live. Make sure you click the link to hop on the panel to give your 2 cents tonight, or you can call into the show at 281-845-2103 to give your 2 cents. Now, I'm going to preface this live before we start with this. I don't plan on being here long. I'm not here at my regular time. This is usually 2 cents after dark time, but it was Easter. I went to go chill with the fam today, have some dinner, kick it. And of course, like I always tell you, when me and my brothers get together, we talk boxing. So we had a very interesting conversation. And it's always an interesting conversation because even though me and my brothers, we're all Earl fans, like diehard big Earl Spence fans, but my brothers are also diehard Terrence Crawford fans and diehard Devin Haney fans and diehard Shakur Stevenson fans. Don't get me wrong, I'm a diehard all those fans too, right? Because I know them and I talk about them and I make content on them and all of that. I'm fans of them too, of course, but I do have my criticism and critiques of them. And they are um more on the Tank don't fight nobody and his fans don't want to see him fight nobody side of things. So when we get together, we always have an excellent, excellent conversation. It's always fun. Um, But I'm gonna let a few people pull up in here because, like I said, I know I'm not in my regular time. I left it on the community post that we going live late tonight. Do y'all check those community posts? Please check my community posts. That is how I'm able to communicate with you guys when I'm not going live. So I'm gonna be in the community section more, posting more in the community section because sometimes it's things I want to say, I want to tell y'all, and then I gotta write it down and wait to say it next time I go out, I go live, and then I forget, and then I'm gonna say it the next live, and then 2 lives later, and the topic not relevant no more. So y'all start checking the community posts as we go through the live. Shout out Go Hard Boxing in the building. He says, salute to you, 2 Cents Boxing. Watching your channel grow and grow. It's a grind. Keep it consistent like you have been 100. Shout out Go Hard Boxing. Yeah, keeping it consistent. Live 3 days a week. Anybody can join me live. Anybody can come by and click the link. We can have a friendly debate, friendly talk back and forth. Everything all fun over here. Now, I will say this, though. I know my channel theme. The theme of my channel is, everybody can get their 2 cents off. I'm not gonna mute nobody in. I'm not gonna time nobody out the chat. I'm not gonna kick nobody off the panel. But that is starting to be taken advantage of over here on my panel. And I'm gonna have to repeat this when some more people pull up on here. But for those of you listening to the replay, tell me you feel me. Put I feel you in the comments because y'all messing up the replay value of my videos when everybody talking over each other, folks talking over me. And y'all know I don't want to put nobody off the panel. But I'm going to start. If you cannot wait your turn to talk, you going in timeout. If you gonna continuously talk over people, you going in timeout. And that's just gonna be what it is. I'm not gonna kick you off the show. I'm gonna let you back on, but you going in timeout. So just if it don't nobody say, oh, 2 Cents, you said you don't kick people off the panel. If you talking over people, being rude, no panel etiquette, your ass is going in timeout. So it is what it is. Those are the rules. That's how it's going down over here. Now you're entitled. I'm not gonna kick you off for saying nothing dumb, but I am gonna kick you off for over talking people on my panel because you're messing up the quality of the show. People like to listen to the replays. I'm looking at the numbers. Tons of people be replaying these videos. I guess they can't catch me live, but tons of people be replaying these videos because we have a good time over here. We have a good time over here. I watched the Cigar Talk Devin Haney interview, and what y'all think of that interview? What's y'all 2 cents about the interview? I just don't want to start the show so early because I know people gonna pull up in here and I'm gonna have to repeat all of this I'm saying. But I watched the Devin Haney interview with Najee. I thought it was a good interview. Listen, when I sit and watch a Devin Haney interview, I don't have no issues with Devin. And a lot of people like, well, why Devin get so much hate because of his daddy? Because he don't talk enough. I figured out what it was today when I watched that Devin Haney interview. I figured out what it was, right? A lot of people say, well, how can people hate Devin so much because of what his daddy doing? And I figured it out what it was today. See, and just to give my 2 cents, right? If Devin Haney was to do more interviews and people got to know him more and got to see his personality more, then people would be able to separate him and his father. But I think because if we see more of Bill, it was Bill, people just started to associate Devin with Bill and they became one. So when Bill got on there capping, it was Devin on there capping too. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just telling you what I think it is, right? So, and the few times Devin do an interview and you watch the interview with Devin, you're like, Devin cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no issue with Devin. So I think moving forward that Devin needs to I don't think Bill should have did no damn Cigar Talk interview. Just let Devin do the interview. I get it, you his promoter and blah, 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 but just let Devin do the interview. Just let Devin do the interview. Now, I didn't agree with them not letting him on the panel and all of that other stuff. I definitely didn't agree with that. Just because I have my criticisms and critiques about Bill Haney, that don't mean just because I feel like he shouldn't be talking so much, he should be done unfairly. I don't agree with that. They had everybody else promoters up there on the panel. They should have had Bill up there on the panel. But back to the interviews. So I think moving forward, going forward with Haney's career, Haney needs to talk more and do more interviews himself. We need to see less Bill, more Devin. Less Bill, more Devin. Let's see. ASO stand say them lying about the lawsuits to force a rematch. Get the F out of here with that BS. You sued because you got battered and assaulted by a racist, and you were hoping Ryan was out of boxing for good. Now, this is the thing about the lawsuit, right? That I have with Bill. Hold on a second, because I need to get some water. For some reason, my mouth gets so dry when I get to talking on these lives. So Bill Haney came out and said that he filed a lawsuit because he got cheated and Ryan was on PEDs and they didn't agree to that in the contract and he was trying to stand for something and all of that. And then that switched from, oh, we filed a lawsuit to be able to guarantee basically. And I'm like, is that not illegal? Like they filed a lawsuit. Y'all tell me if this is illegal. They filed a lawsuit to force him into a rematch. And if he goes and if he does the rematch, they're gonna drop the lawsuit. Is that not illegal? Or am I tripping? What's that called? Lawfare or something like that? Somebody tell me. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Fight Sports Talk in the building. What's up? Fight Sports Talk. Answer this for me, right? Let's say, like Bill's saying, he filed a lawsuit to force Devin Haney to do something. If he doesn't do it, he's going on with the lawsuit. If he does do it, he's dropping the lawsuit. Is that not illegal? Can somebody, I'm just thinking, like, I don't know, but I'm just thinking that has to be illegal. Like, somewhere in that, is that like extortion, blackmail? I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that. And like Devin keeps saying, his team filed a lawsuit. Devin probably didn't even want to file that lawsuit. And it's hard, like, who's to say Devin even agree with the shit his daddy be doing? He just go with it because that's his daddy. Yeah, Fight Sports, I know you can sue, but I can't sue you and say, I can't hold a lawsuit over your head and say either you do this or I'm gonna sue you. If you don't do it, I'm gonna drop the lawsuit. That sounds illegal. Sounds illegal as hell, actually. I'm gonna look into it. No, it's not the lawsuit that I'm saying is illegal. I'm saying how he's using the lawsuit to quote unquote force the rematch. You can't use lawsuits to force people to do things. That shit is not legal, I'm sure. But what do I know? I'm not a lawyer. So as I'm going through the Devin Haney interview, first of all, Devin Haney looked good in the interview. He looks healthy. Um, he seemed confident in the interview, except for one part. It was one part in the interview where he seemed to start to get uncomfortable and not as confident as he was throughout the interview. And Najee asked him how he got in touch with Turkey. He's pretty much, I called Turkey. I hit Turkey up. I was like, damn, you hit Turkey up? I thought you was Turkey guy. So these fighters hitting Turkey up. I mean, I guess they hitting Turkey up. Turkey hitting them up. I'm not sure how it's going, but he said Now, no, we've been talking about Devin being on the undercard and all this other stuff with Ryan Garcia, and I feel how I feel about it. But Devin said that Turkey offered him an amount of money he just could not refuse. And I'm just curious, like, damn, like, y'all let me know in the chat. If you're listening to the replay, let me know in the replay. What is an amount of money that somebody could offer you that you just could not refuse? What is that number for y'all? Because I thought about that. When he said that, I said, damn, what is an amount of money that somebody could offer me that I just could not refuse? That's a crazy thought, ain't it? He was like, man, I thought we was gonna go in there and negotiate. He just offered me like a number you can't not even negotiate. It's the number you can't. He offered you an amount of money you can't refuse. What y'all think that is? What amount? What is an amount of money for y'all that y'all cannot refuse? I don't see nobody answering. I don't see nobody answering. Hey, so Stan say Devin is lying. Come on now. You think he lying? I mean, think about it. Think about it, ASO Stan. I could see why you may say Devin lying. But however, this man is fighting on Ryan Garcia's undercard while Ryan Garcia fight for a championship belt after he coming off of a suspension allegedly cheating you. Bruh, you had to have got to offer some money, an amount offered to you that you just cannot refuse, in my opinion. But I don't know. Just telling you what he said. Look, ASO Stan. I'm just reviewing the interview. This is what he said in the interview. So I'm just giving my 2 cents based off of what he said in the interview. I'm not confirming or denying the validity of what he said. I'm just giving my 2 cents about what he said. And then Shakur Stevenson also said he got paid the most money he ever got paid to fight Padley. So either they capping or I don't know why. I don't know why they would be capping, but he said he offered them an amount that they can't refuse. And he also stated that because y'all know I've been saying, and I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna tell y'all what I've been saying, then I'm gonna tell y'all what I heard. I'm not gonna state my opinion about something and then hear new information and just act like I ain't say nothing. Or, I'm my opinion I've been saying hasn't been corrected or some new information has came out to make my opinion no longer be valid. So I've been saying I don't know if Devin Haney is going to rematch Ryan Garcia. Now again, a so stand say Devin be lying, but I'm just going off what he said in the interview. He said that they have signed for a 2-fight deal, a fight and a rematch. They said that's already signed. They gonna get past these two opponents, which I think is weird. It's already signed because I don't know how you already sign in a fight when you gotta get through another fight to get to that fight. But he said it's already signed, so he said that they're gonna fight each other. But then he backdoor and said, if they fight the rematch, then the lawsuit will be dropped once they fight the rematch or something like that, which I think is weird. Like, just drop the damn lawsuit, bro. Like, just drop the lawsuit. So, if we got any new people in here, y'all be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. I still haven't hit my goal of 100 likes before I get off the live. Come on, y'all. Punch the like and subscribe button. It's not that hard. I don't understand why people just don't hit the like button. But y'all know what's crazy? I be having people coming to my lives hitting the dislike button. I mean, it's cool. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button. But it's not just one live though, it's multiple lives. So I'm like, y'all keep coming back and watching my lives that you don't like. You keep disliking it. Like, it's weird, bro. It's weird. I can see if you watch it one time, you be like, hell no, I don't like this. Boom, hit the dislike button. I'm not gonna keep coming back live after live after live, hitting the dislike button. It's just weird. Like, that's some real stalker hater stuff going on. But so they got the fight and the rematch signed allegedly. So as according to Devin Haney with Najee in a Cigar Talk interview, the Ryan fight gonna be happening. And he says that Ryan Garcia is his dance partner. That's who, every fighter got that rival, they got that dance partner. He said that's Ryan Garcia. So cool. So hopefully we get that rematch. What else did he mention in the interview? This is another interesting thing that Devin Haney said in the interview. He mentioned that he hold on now. The life size Lil Dev on screen is fire. I don't think he life size. Yeah, that is fire. I like that little thing. I'm gonna go through some comments in a second. So he said that Ryan is his dance partner, and I was like, that's crazy that Ryan Garcia ends up kind of like being your rival and your dance partner after all that shit everybody was talking before the Ryan Garcia fight about how Ryan a C-level fighter, he an underwear model, he an Instagram model, he a YouTube model, all of this stuff folks were saying. Hopefully y'all will stop doing that. Hopefully y'all will stop doing that. But y'all don't think Turkey offered that? And this is my thing though, and this is why it's kind of like a little suspect, right? Because Devin said he called Turkey. So you called Turkey, and then Turkey offered you a deal you couldn't refuse, right? Does that sound right? My homie Big Supreme in the building. What up, Big Supreme? Big Supreme, whenever you want to come up here and chit chat, just let me know. And I'm gonna drop the link for you, homie. Cause we haven't kicked it in a while on the live. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. So yeah, what y'all think? Like, ain't that crazy? Like, cause he said, I called Turkey, and then we came to meet Turkey. So while I was meeting Turkey, we decided to do a media workout. And it's like, why did you decide to do a media workout when you went to meet Turkey? Well, no, I just be asking. Like, it's cool. I'm not complaining. It's just questions. Like, why did you decide to do that? I don't understand. But y'all could go check out the interview with Najee. It was a cool little interview. Devin's cool. He didn't say nothing too crazy. And like I said, I hope Devin looks good in his next fight. I hope he looks great in his next fight, so we can get the Ryan fight and the Ryan rematch. I hope that looks like a good trilogy. And Devin can move forward. Now, the part that I say that Devin seemed the most uncomfortable is when Najee asked him about, the future after Ryan. And he's just like, I just want to make the biggest fights I can make. I just want to make the most money I can make. I'll fight whoever, just the biggest fight. I just want to put on the biggest fights that people want to see. Now, while he's saying this, he grabbing his water bottle, opening it, drinking out his water bottle, putting it back down. Like I, I, I can understand body language, right? So I'm not trying to overanalyze and nothing like that, but I'm just saying he started fidgeting and doing a lot of moving around when asked about the future of his career. So that kind of stood out to me. But that was the most thing that kind of stood out to me. And moving forward, if he's able to overcome Jose Ramirez, I need him to be more in the public. We want to see more Devin. We want to hear from Devin more. We want to see Devin do more interviews. And I think somebody was mentioning like, they tried to interview Devin and he, was gonna charge them something, like they couldn't afford to get on the platform. So I don't know if all these fighters, I don't know. Listen, I don't do fighter interviews. I don't do fighter interviews, so I don't know if you gotta pay a fighter to do an interview, like they charge you, or they just willing to come on your platform to talk and promote themselves. I'm not sure how it works, but I have heard podcasters complain that Devin Haney wants this certain amount of money to come and do interviews. And I think at this point in his career, I don't know if he should maybe lessen that amount or just do more to be out there so people can see you, because we don't want to see Bill no more. We've seen enough of Bill. We know Bill. We know Bill. We want to see Devin. We want to hear from Devin. People want to talk to Devin. Says everyone over talk Fight Sports. He's a decent lad. Can't separate Dev from that left hook though. Says, did you see the round table interview? No, I didn't see the round table interview. Who's on the round table interview? Now, when I tell y'all, like, I be silly, I'm really busy. Like, I don't understand why I'm so busy. Like, I be having a lot of stuff to do, so it'd be hard for me to catch everything. Salute from the City of Angels. Big fan of Boots and Benavidez. Love that you keep it real. Shout out Adrian. What's up? Fight Sports Talk. What's going on? Fight Sports Talk say, I don't think there's much to this lawsuit. Oh, let me say what's up to everybody while I was going through. Go Hard Boxing in the building, Vaughn in the building, Cash Crypto in the building, Jackie Jokes in the building. All things in the building. Fight Sports. I don't know if it's illegal. You can sue based on anything technically. Fighters have sued on these kinds of things before. Yeah, I'm not saying a lawsuit. I'm just talking about, can you sue somebody and be like, oh, if you do this, I'll drop the lawsuit. Cam J Network, shout out to Cam J Network. Y'all go sub to Cam J Network. He be going live. We be having a good time over there, going hard in the chat. Cam J Network, drop your link in the chat. Y'all go sub to Cam J Network. It go down over there. Oddly gifted Bud Predator Head Crawford. It has to be mandatory in order for you to get on Cigar Talk. You gotta mention Tank's name. I mean, and then he was like, I mean, like Tank, he get upset when people mention his name. Yeah, he get upset when people mention his name. Stop saying my name, bro. Please, like seriously. Does nobody want to admit that everybody's talking about Tank, asking about Tank, but everybody got all the negative things to say about Tank? It's weird, bro. Cash Crypto say Devin said he got 35 mil for the first round fight. Can't believe that them motherfuckers say. I mean, but that's why they suing Cash Crypto, because he thought they was about to get paid. That's what he really thought. That's probably what Oscar sat down and told him the projections weren't going to be. They was like, Bill, Oscar played him. Oscar played him. Oscar was like, Bill, you're going to make $35 million. Bill was like, hell yeah, let me sign it. And then they got played. They got played. Cash Crypto say probably that heifer you cooked in the debate coming to hit the dislike. Come on, Cash Crypto. Devin has no reason to lie, especially on Turkey's name. Boxing Hacker did any. Oh my God. Boxing Hacker. Nobody said. Nobody lied on Turkey. Big Supreme, homie. Big Supreme, your voice is missed in these YouTube boxing streets, bro. I'm telling you. A kilo netter in the building. What's up? Mr. Shelton in the building. It don't have to sound right. It is what it is. I mean, Mr. Shelton, you always want to ignore the facts. I'm just saying, I call you, right? And then you offer me something I can't refuse. I mean, that's some lucky listen, man. Listen. You call me and then I make you an offer you can't refuse. I really would have to think about that. I really would, because I don't play those type of games like that. Like, some gonna come with some shit like that. That's what I would think. Some gonna come with some stuff like this. Some gonna come with an offer you can't refuse. Diddy ain't teach y'all nothing. Y'all ain't learned nothing from Diddy. Come on, y'all. Y'all ain't read none of them Diddy lawsuits. Devin going to beat Ryan twice. We'll see, Boxing Hacker. Y'all seen Ryan Garcia looking spooky? I showed y'all Ryan Garcia looking spooky. Did you see it, Boxing Hacker? Ryan Garcia looking spooky. key. And I know everybody like, oh, the bags don't hit back, the mitts don't hit back. Okay. He get another 2 fights under Derrick James. D-Town Funk. How long I've been trying to tell people about Ryan Garcia? He knows. See, he was the one of the people laughing at me on the internet when I said that Devin was gonna beat Ryan Garcia. He was there. Cash Crypto say his confidence seemed shot. The only time I seen like is the confidence level just not there is when he started getting fidgety and was like, I'll fight anybody, all the big names. I want to make the biggest fights for the most money. That's when things was kind of like, ah, yes, I are 2 cents. What? Kilo Netter say, I don't think he's taking the fight with Ryan. Well, I could see why you say that. But based off of what he said in the Cigar Talk interview with Najee, he got a fight signed with a rematch. So I got my 2 cents about the situation, but that's what he said. Shout out Big Dog Willie with the $2 in the super chat. He says hair grease and Jake Paul facts. Shout out Big Dog. Y'all be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 cents boxing or leaving your 2 cents below in the comments. All of your donations go to helping better the audio and visual quality of the channel. If you all haven't noticed, I've been able to put up these little pictures and art and things that I've been making because I now have access to certain AIs and stuff because of you all's donations to the channel. So please always help support the channel. I'm definitely trying to make it better for our community so we can have more fun over here, be more creative. But shout out Big Dog Willie with the $2. Fareed in the building. He say boxing hacker twice? He gonna beat Ryan twice? I don't think so. Dev blasted Ryan's left hook with his face so hard. Wow. Who the Kid TV in the building? He said Shakur left Jay Prince and Matchroom, and he signed with Lou DiBella account to Inside Boxing. What? Shakur left Jay Prince, bro? I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it, doubt it, doubt it. He left Jay Prince and Matchroom. Don't he got a deal? And he signed with Lou DiBella? I don't even know. Somebody gonna have to come on here and explain what's going on because that sounds crazy. What's the craziest thing about that sentence? Y'all let me know and drop it below. What's the craziest part of this sentence that Pooh the Kid TV just wrote? They are going to have a trilogy. So first fight was a no contest. The last two, Devin will win. A Kilo Netter. Damn, that would be a good move for Shakur. Would it? B-Town Funk say we won't build to that muff. Funny. I didn't say no Bill. I just said we need to see more of Devin. Listen, Bill's very entertaining, but we need to see more of Devin so we can separate the two. So when Bill get on there capping, it's not like, oh, Devin capping. And it's like, no, Bill said that shit. Devin didn't say that. We just need to see more of the two so Devin can be his own entity, his own person, and he just won't be tied into Bill. That's just my 2 cents. That's just what I think. Fareed say boxing hacker Ryan versus Devin fight. It was an amazing fight. It's a good fight. Oh my gosh. Shout out Marshawn West in the building. Cam J Network say the roundtable promo was better than the New York and LA press conference. I gotta watch it. There go Cam J channel. Y'all go sub to Cam J real quick. Oh my goodness. Come on, Cash Crypto. This ain't 2 cents after dark, bruh. I know it's late. I know it's late. That fake ass 35 mil all cap. I'm telling y'all, Oscar tripped that boy. Oscar tripped him. Hey, Bill, come on. You're gonna get paid. Shelton Moore say, Bush. Oscar ain't said no stupid like that unless he was high. I'm telling you, them projections, they thought they was about to make tank money. Ryan is going to beat the out of Dev and stop him. Man. Pooh Kid TV, I'm not gonna be able to click that link. I think you're gonna have to drop it in the private chat when I drop the link. I want to see a good fight. Definitely Pooh get some of those hands out of his pockets. D-Town Funk say a very long time. Now Ryan your crush thing. Now see this how they was doing me, y'all. D-Town Funk back in the day before Ryan fought Devin. I told him Ryan is a real fighter. He got decent skill and he got talent. He's more talented than Devin. They was like, oh, 2 cents, you just got a crush on Ryan. Now, hold on. Oh, 2 cents, you just got a crush on Ryan. They tried to play me. It was unbelievable, y'all. I'm like, why y'all not listening? Why y'all not listening? Hold on, y'all. Let me find this so I could show D-Town because I don't think he was here when I played it. There go Ryan, D-Town, boy, looking spooky. Shout out Jab Queen Boxing in the building. Jab Queen, why don't you drop your link in the chat? Y'all go follow my co-host, Jab Queen Boxing. She getting her channel started up. Y'all go on over there, hit the subscribe button. Akilo Nader say Devin gonna pop up hurt after this Ramirez fight. If he takes the rematch, he gets much respect, or Victor gave him the good ish. Shout out Pooh the Kid TV with the $2 in the super chat. Says check the link I dropped in the chat. Shout out Pooh the Kid. Pooh the Kid, say that link. And when I drop the link to go live, you can come up and put it in the private chat, and then I'll be able to click it and pull it up. After Ryan knocks Devin out, there won't be a third. Y'all steady keep putting links in the thing. Big Supreme say Jay Prince is still his manager. He says they not with Matchroom anymore. And man, this is crazy y'all saying this because let me tell you. Hold on, let me get to the mix. This for you, D-Town Funk. If Ryan Garcia gets serious about boxing, it's over. If he stays this focused and this serious about boxing, he gonna be trouble. He gonna be trouble at 147, 154. But we'll see. We'll see how he look in the ring. So I'm gonna stop this real quick. Unless y'all want to keep watching it while I talk. I guess I keep it up there for a little more. So listen, this right here, Big Supreme. We're gonna talk about Shakur. I know we off topic, but real quick, I just want to say this because didn't I just say? I think I said it on Knockout panel, and I said it, or I said it on my panel. Shakur Stevenson must not really be signed with Eddie Hearn. He must not really be signed with Eddie Hearn. Because it was like, oh, Eddie Hearn not investing nothing in Shakur Stevenson. He not trying to put on no card for him, the headline. He not trying to do none of that. So I was like, what if Shakur Stevenson is only faking like he with Eddie Hearn to duck certain fights? That's what I said. But he left Matchroom? Didn't they have a 2-fight deal? Am I tripping? Didn't he sign a 2-fight deal with Matchroom Eddie Hearn, or was he never really with Matchroom? Shakur left Hearn. Jay Prince directed him to Lou DiBella to be his promoter on a cheap rate. He was never with Hearn, y'all. I don't think he was ever with Hearn. This is getting crazy. Okay, y'all, listen. I'm about to drop the link, but y'all just click the link and drop these links in the private chat. Can y'all do that for me? Actually, I might as well just go ahead and drop the link. I already been on here 40 minutes talking. I mean, my husband's downstairs watching the Rockets game and the Warriors, but it seems as though he's invited people over because I'm hearing a bunch of different male voices yelling, and I'm just like, who is in my house? I didn't know you had people over here. Hold on, let me close my door. I just hear like different voices I'm hearing. And this Shakur stuff getting crazy. I was gonna get to Shakur, but I just wanted to finish up with Devin. So that was my thing. It was a cool interview. Again, I like Devin Haney. No issues with Devin Haney. He says he is fighting a rematch. He says Turkey gave him an offer he couldn't refuse, which I guess would explain why he's on the undercard because he got some money he can't refuse. Nobody ever answered in my chat what's an amount that they feel like if somebody offered them, they just couldn't refuse. Nobody has answered that yet. Shout out Marshawn West with the $10 in the super chat. She says the only way Devin Haney takes that rematch is if Victor gives him that special Tevin Former super mix. Hold on, y'all. Shout out Marshawn West with the $10. Okay, for everybody that was dropping those links, click the link and drop it in the chat, in the private chat. If you want to come up, just let me know you want to come up. We got Rich and Boxing Hacker on the panel. Shout out Rich and Boxing Hacker.
What's up, 2 Cent? What's up? What's up? Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
What's up?
Hold on,
What's
let me
up?
see what else we got in the comments. Let me see. I thought he had a 3-fight deal. I guess not. Remember this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. They played. They remember he was sitting there behind the desk with Eddie Hearn, like he was signing some more deals. Like, why you doing all of that? I don't think he was ever signed to Eddie Hearn.
Where did they report that at? I didn't even see it.
They had a one. I think my homie Big Supreme told me this. They had a 1-fight like deal type of thing. Like they was going on a fight by fight basis. So I don't ever think he was really with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, probably like a short term.
Nah. They said look, see y'all getting it mixed up. Shakur said I think his next fight that was his last fight with Eddie Hearn.
But this is what Big Supreme said. That makes Shakur look even worse, in my opinion.
How does it make him look even worse?
I thought he wanted a long-term deal. He went to Eddie Hearn and got a one-fight deal. Shout out to my co-host Todd Drakeford on the panel. But before we get into Shakur Stevenson, because we gonna talk about Shakur, I had a second topic. What was it? It was the Devin Haney interview. I didn't even write this stuff down. It was Shakur Stevenson, and it was one more thing. I can't remember. But what do y'all think about the Cigar Nashi Talk interview with Devin Haney, and what do y'all think about the stuff I reviewed from the interview?
I just saw clips of the interview though. I didn't see the interview in entirety. But I don't know why people think he'll be lying about the 3-fight deal. I think because if he's lying about it, then he's literally gonna be lying on Turkey's name. Lying about it? People are saying that they don't think it was ever real, like they had a 3-fight deal or something like that.
Oh, I think they were talking about the money. I don't think they were talking about the deal.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, obviously he's getting something that he agreed with. So I don't know what the money is, but it's obviously something they're happy with, or they weren't taking that deal.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta be getting a lot of money to be on Ryan undercard, bro. Like seriously.
I mean, like, but like I keep saying, people keep talking about it's the undercard. It's a stacked card. So like everybody, like T.O. can headline his own event. Devin can headline their own event at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think y'all looking too deep into it.
Yeah,
they probably getting around the same amount of money. They just all on the stack
card. Devin probably getting more than Ryan.
No, it's not. Devin is not getting more than Ryan. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I mean, you saying think about it. I mean, at the end of the day, Devin is getting more money than Ryan. Devin. I don't even know
How
Devin.
so?
Hold on. I'm not no Devin fan, but Devin ain't gotta break his money 10 ways with no one.
Exactly. So that makes a difference.
So we ain't even gonna talk about money. He ain't gotta break his money 10 ways.
Yeah,
he
doesn't have to give a percentage to
the and 5 other people, and then all types of other people. He don't gotta do that. Devin and his team is his team.
So, and I had a question about that. I want to ask y'all too.
Okay, I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
And I ain't no Devin fan. I ain't trying to ride for Devin. I'm just saying Devin.
No, it wouldn't matter. I mean,
Devin doing the right thing. You can't hate on that man. Hustle.
Him signing a 1-fight deal with Lou DiBella makes him look like he could have done the same thing with PBC. Exactly. And him signing a 1-fight deal with Eddie Hearn is the same thing too. Shout out to my homie Cam J Network on the panel. What up, Cam?
So hold on. Wait, when Shakur ever said that he wanted a multi-fight deal? When he say that?
PBC called him for the
wait. When did he say that out of his mouth?
No,
when PBC called him for the tank fight. You didn't see that interview?
They called him. And Shakur said that out of his mouth that he wanted a multi-fight deal. That's why he ain't signed.
No, yeah, it was.
Come on, man. I don't go by like blurs and all that stuff. What other people say, he say, she say.
Well, you can't really listen to what they say either because they lie.
Rich, honestly, brother, you don't be tapped in that much, brother. You ain't that much informed. Man. The man Shakur right now literally is. Jay Prince got Shakur moving with Lou DiBella on a cheap rate because they was paying Eddie Hearn hella money for him to be a promoter because, like I said, Eddie Hearn never invested in Shakur Stevenson the whole time he was there for these 2 fights. All he did for Shakur was put him on turkey cards and get guaranteed money out of him. That's all.
Where did it say that he went to Lou DiBella though? I didn't even read that nowhere.
Hold on, let me talk real quick.
It's on Dan Raphael. He put out a tweet tonight.
Private chat.
Yes. It's also
I'll put it in there.
It's also on Inside Boxing, right? And they said that's what they heard from some reliable sources. Until it come out,
so
that's when I'm gonna consider everything is real.
It's a lot of sources coming out saying that, but the first person that mentioned it was Dan Raphael.
saying Blue Blood reported it. We're not finna do this.
Yeah, Blue Blood
Oh hell
reported it,
no!
but
I
it's
don't
also
believe
on
it.
Nah, we don't listen to Blue Blood. We
What
don't
happened to
listen to
Blue
Blue
Blood?
Blood.
Listen.
We're gonna tell
saying that. I'm
truth
just
on
saying
what
we
y'all
need
talking
a
about.
different source. Blue Blood is not a source that
Hey,
I
listen,
just
if it ain't
go
coming
by.
out of the people's mouth, Shakur, Eddie Hearn, or Jay Prince's mouth, I'm not really buying into it for right now. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's fair.
I feel you.
I'm
I
not,
feel you.
and you
That's
could
fair
take it
I
how you
feel you,
want to.
bro.
I'm not buying into it.
Yeah,
It
no,
ain't
that's
come out of
fair.
their mouth.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, at least we're
Definitely
getting a
fair.
debate fight. I think that's still gonna.
It's fair, but it's also fair to understand that they lie as well. I mean, as long as you keep that in mind when making your analysis, I don't have a
Shakur
problem
turned
with
down the
none of them.
PBC offer because it was only
according to
one
y'all,
fight,
the day lines,
while
the whole
stating Eddie
everybody
offered him a
boxing line.
multi-fight deal.
Be quiet,
I'll just read what Big
what you
Supreme
say,
said.
Rich?
Hold on.
I
Let
said-
me hold on. Let me preface this panel by saying, if people are gonna talk over people, I will put you in timeout. Like, I understand that my premise is I don't put people in the back. I let everybody get their own opinion, and I do. But what I'm not finna let people keep doing is talking over people. So if you keep talking over people, I'm gonna throw you in the back. So I just want to let you know right now, and don't be like, "Too serious? I thought you throw people off the panel." I do if you're talking over people.
How do we know when somebody finishes though? We gotta have a way to like somebody has to say like, okay, I'm done or
Just
something.
wait
So
for the pause. Just wait for the pause.
But people
And
be
then when
pausing,
you
then they be restarting. That's the problem.
see, and then when you hear them keep talking, you still wait. That's it.
Ice says 2 cents. Look in the private chat. You can check out Dan Raphael's tweet. That's the tweet that he put out about Shakur leaving Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, they say he left on Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, and Jay Prince. But I don't believe in Jay Prince.
He didn't leave Jay Prince.
Yeah,
Jay Prince directed him to Lou DiBella. That's what Dan Raphael is reporting right now.
Can y'all read that?
Yeah, but Eddie Hearn still got that fight deal with him on this fight coming up.
Yeah,
that's why I was saying that's why it makes sense, because Shakur said a couple months that after this fight, that is his last fight with Eddie Hearn, and that's what over there.
He said that after the Padley fight.
No, he said that before that, but he said that's when Knockout kept saying, what is it like? What like, you know? I don't think y'all been listening to Knockout. He kept saying, what is it basically like? Do you got a 3-fight deal, 2-fight deal? What you got? I think you lying. You know what I'm saying? So it's true. He really do probably only got a 2-fight deal.
Oh, Shakur?
Yeah.
I think Shakur never really had nothing with Eddie,
which is what I was saying. Shakur said he only had a... Huh?
I said, I don't think Shakur was ever really with Eddie per se, because you can't just walk away if you really got a deal. And if he don't have a deal, he had a 1-fight deal with Eddie Hearn, which is what was said that he did not want. So that's just
how would he have a 1-fight deal if he Eddie Hearn doing this fight and he did the Josh Padley fight? That's 2 fights. He already said after this fight, he said out his mouth after this.
Okay, let's read this real quick.
Next fight, that's his last fight.
I see what he's saying. He's saying that he only had a 2-fight deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
let's read Dan Raphael. Let's read this real quick. Let me do this again, worded better. In reporting on July 12th card with Shakur Zapata, a source with knowledge of specifics told me Shakur split from Matchroom. James Prince, his manager, has hired Lou DiBella as his promoter for the event to handle things on their behalf. So this is saying that Lou DiBella will be handling the Shakur Zapata fight.
I think Eddie Hearn would have been a better choice, though.
That's why I say this shit don't even sound
now,
right.
What I was saying about that
Eddie
while
already
people
got
talking
him
about
to fight, then that don't make sense.
Eddie Hearn must have.
It makes sense to me.
Eddie Hearn didn't get him to fight.
Eddie Hearn got him to fight. He said that on the on boxing boxing thing. He said that they fighting. He just said that like literally like 10 hours ago on the boxing thing.
Yeah,
so if he got him to fight, how was Lou DiBella gonna handle the event?
This might not be true because it says sources. You know,
Hey, look, Boxer Hagler. He said on Monday. Wait, hold on. He said on Monday or Tuesday. He said they're gonna be in London. They're gonna do the little post fight whatever. All of them. So we're gonna see on Monday or Tuesday. That's what Eddie Hearn just said.
Rich, you making sense what you saying, but this is what's not making sense. You making sense.
That's what I'm saying.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I said only way I'm gonna understand if it come out of one of their mouths.
Yeah, let Shakur say it.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it offending real quick.
How is Lou DiBella gonna take over an event that Eddie Hearn was supposed to be doing?
Exactly. It's gonna be a turkey event, so like
it's confusing. It's confusing.
I
I
would
think,
definitely.
me personally, I think Shakur was on a 2 fight deal with Eddie Hearn, and right now, what's happening is I think Shakur and them is seeing that Eddie Hearn isn't the guy for them, and they're thinking about the money too. You know how we always talk about how we always see Shakur as far as he have a lot of people hands in on this money in his pockets and shit. No, from what they were saying that Eddie Hearn, as far as that guarantee packet, that motherfucker Eddie Hearn was charging he was getting a lot of money out of Shakur as far as this whole little ordeal. And it seems to me that Jay Prince is like, yo, we cutting off Eddie Hearn and we gonna go a cheaper way. Lou DiBella, he ain't as big as Eddie Hearn. He ain't wanting as much money as Eddie Hearn. So that's the route that we need to go.
Well,
And Lou DiBella can help us get some of these fights and stuff. So that's what it seems to me. That's what it looks like. But I mean, me personally, I just don't. Lou DiBella. I mean, could he? Is he going to be the guy to get Shakur the fights cross promotional as well? I mean,
I don't know
I
what
don't
I
know,
don't know.
Shakur is
I
man.
don't
doing.
know.
It sounds like Mr. Greg was right, bro. Like he don't have no plan for his career. Like it's becoming more and more obvious he doesn't have a plan. And that's
I,
not hating or no knock. It's like, and it's becoming more and more obvious that he's about his bread, which is no problem with that. But Shakur Stevenson is about his bread. And right now, him being about his bread, in my opinion, is what's making him make these moves in his career. Like I don't think he's really focusing on the Tank fight right now. He seemed to got other things to worry about. Maybe he is. I'm not saying he isn't,
Yeah, I
but
think I think
this
I
this whole situation is weird.
I think I
well,
think I think he definitely about his bread. And the only reason why I think he really about his bread is because there's a lot of people in his pockets. All like it's a lot of people in that man's pockets. So
I can agree with that.
I can understand that, man. I can
I
I
mean,
don't
understand
That's
know
that.
why he
if
trying
I
to
don't know
cut
how
Lou
the money
DiBella.
is allocated, so I can't even say there's a lot of people in his
It's a
pockets or
lot of
not.
people in his pockets.
I mean, how
Nah,
does
I can
anybody
agree with
even know
that
that?
because
Like,
what do you mean? How do we know that? The people that he pays, the people on his team, you think
Man,
they working
yeah,
for
but
free?
everybody pays. But
if
most
you
top level fighters are paying people. So,
if
like,
you
how do you
think
know people are really
that
deep in
Jay
the
Prince
pockets?
ain't
So,
charging
They're
that man to
making
be in
that
here,
I
much.
don't know. Like, how do you guys know? Do you guys have any numbers?
Boxing
Like,
Hacker,
when people
stop
say
with
that?
that. We none of us
Mute
Nah,
him and
bro.
boot
Yeah, there's
him.
no numbers to say that. It's so
Mute
hey
weird.
him
Hackler,
and boot him.
hey
No,
Hackler,
I'm just being honest. There's no numbers to support it.
hey
we're
Hackler.
gonna talk about it, Boxing Hacker.
I don't think nothing that Jay Prince do for that man is free.
Ew, who is that?
All that whole time he been in Houston for all them years and
Mm.
Jay Prince gym that he built, he getting charged by the day, man. I don't think
I don't
nothing
know
that
about
man
that. Yeah, I don't
did for him
know.
was free.
I feel like they
Everything
have
was
a
for
You
money.
right,
family.
Rich.
I don't think no, that man in his pockets.
I mean, I
Jay
can't
Prince
see
is
it.
like
They
They
look
on
like
some P. Diddy shit. Like how
So I
P
mean,
Diddy
boxer hacker. I mean, just ask yourself this, boxer hacker. So you
yeah.
think Jay Prince is just literally just up there, just being Shakur's manager for free?
Well, they talk like they have like a family type relationship. So I don't
It
know.
Boxing
This is
ain't
Hacker.
no.
ridiculous. This is
Yeah,
absolutely
Boxing
absurd.
Hacker.
You
Stop
being
it. Boxing
too naive.
Time out, bro. Ain't
He
no
ain't being
family
nice. He's doing
relationship,
that shit on
nigga.
purpose.
This is the business, bro. Stop it. We talking about
not
Jay Prince. Do you even know who Jay Prince is? You obviously do not. You
yeah.
obviously do not know who Jay Prince is up here talking about some family shit. Stop it,
Don't
bro.
so Tank had a family relationship with Calvin Ford, right?
That is not the
And we're on
same.
Not
to
the
that he
same
wasn't paying
thing.
him.
Hey,
Yeah, what I'm
boxer.
saying, like
That's
I'm
not
just saying, like I don't have any numbers to say that Jay Prince is like
Okay,
taxing
well
him.
then you don't talk. Okay, well you don't talk about it. Then we'll exclude you out this conversation.
you.
If that's the case, then Bill Haney. If that's the case, then Bill Haney can work for Devin for free. Then.
I don't know. I don't know how they're taxing him.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I don't know. Yeah, I can't say how they. I do feel like it's hard to like. So when
Well, Boxing
people
Hacker,
here's
if
the thing
you
about it,
don't
right?
know,
You
then
can't just
don't
say
talk
make a
about it.
negative comment about like Jay Prince if there's nothing to back it up. Right?
I
There's
ain't
nothing
saying.
to
Hey,
like
listen. I'm not
like.
making a. I'm
There's
not
some,
making a. Hey, Hackler.
oh,
I'm not
they're
making a.
taxing them.
I'm
You
not
know,
making a
like
negative
how do we
comment
even know
about him.
that? I don't know. I don't know if
I'm
he's taxing
saying.
or not. It
I'm
doesn't
saying.
look
I'm
like
saying
Shakur is a
he
Jay
in.
Prince.
I'm saying he in his pockets. That's all. I'm not making a
Shakur
negative
would be
Nah,
upset.
comment.
I feel like if he's in his pocket, Shakur
He
would be
need to get
upset.
his money. That shit ain't free. You coming to my gym and all that stuff every day for all these years. You
Shakur, I feel
taking
like
over all my shit. Then I'm setting up these fights. I'm doing
Boxing
all this
Hacker.
stuff. What you think?
yeah.
Jay
I'm gonna be
Prince
getting
did
paid
not
a little bit
raise.
of money?
Jay Prince is not Calvin and Kenny, bro.
But they have a family relationship.
So
Like
you
that's
think
how
he
it's
they
represented
called. Based on
Lula
what they
Mason
show
for
to the
free
media,
too?
No,
So
they
you think he
don't.
it's like
represented
Calvin
Lula
and
Mason
Tank
for
have
free
family
too?
relationship.
This is
Bro,
ridiculous.
Box
And they
So
get
Hacker,
paid
it's the
Box
same thing.
Hacker. They
Box
get paid.
Hacker,
You know that, right?
Shakur Stevens. Listen. No,
This guy is
I'm
crazy.
gonna help you, Box Hacker, so you don't go
Okay.
around repeating this. Don't ever repeat that dumb
I'll,
shit
I'm
you
gonna
just
repeat
said
it. But
about Jay
okay.
Prince and Shakur
You
Stevenson,
know he is.
comparing them to Tank and Calvin. Don't repeat that, bro. Jay
Yeah.
Prince and Shakur Stevenson are no relationship is nowhere near on the level of fucking Calvin and Tank Davis. It's no
Okay.
comparison. So
Okay.
please don't repeat that. And I
But they
guarantee
have.
you,
But they
I
do talk like their family
guarantee
though.
you, this is you cutting me off. I'm still talking. I
Mm.
guarantee you, Shakur Stevenson is paying Jay Prince his money.
Yeah,
Period.
it's okay to speculate, but to say like it's being taxed, like when you say somebody's being taxed,
Speculate? Come
But
on.
yeah, like
but
somebody's like they're really like pressing you for your money. How can we say that?
I never
You
said he
know?
pressing him or none of that stuff.
Nobody
I'm
said
But when you
that.
say somebody's
Hey,
taxing you,
hey,
that's
Hacker,
boxing, back to
Hacker.
your
boxing.
money.
Ray,
That's
don't even
literally
let yourself get worked up, Ray.
Ask Floyd
Don't even let yourself
Mayweather,
get
will
worked
Jay
up.
Prince press you about his bread? Ask Floyd,
yeah,
will he do that?
but the relationship that Floyd had with Jay Prince
Nah,
is different than
but
You
Jay
don't
Prince
know that,
helped
Boxing
Jay
Hacker. We
Prince.
don't
you
know that.
don't,
You're
right?
Jay
speculating.
But we
Prince helped
okay,
Floyd
so
out
you
a
can
lot
do
with
that,
Top
but
Rank
it's
though.
either
Jay
way.
Prince did.
Hold on, Boxing Hacker. I got 2 new people on the panel. Shout out Coach Eddie and Mr. Shelton. Mr. Shelton, go ahead and get your 2 cents.
Eddie,
You got-
what's up? What's up, Mr. Shelton?
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, y'all letting this guy sit up here irritate you with he asking these questions he already know the answers to. Look, man, Jay Prince will press you about his bread. We do know that because he's done it in the past. He got priors. So if Shakur wasn't paying him, there would be an issue. This is not no family relationship. This is business.
Yeah,
And shout out to Shakur. He got the fight that people said he wasn't going to get. They said he was ducking Cepeda. He got the fight. They said he'd never get the money he wanted. He got the money he wants. So, hey, let's see what happens now. Let's see him get in there and do his thing.
Boxing Hacker, you heard of Rap A Lot Records?
Yeah, that owned by Jay Prince. Yeah.
Let me say something 2 cents real quick before
You ever listen to some of the music?
No.
Oh, go ahead, Rich.
Hey, Boxing Haggler.
Yeah, what's
All
up?
I'm saying at the end of the
Why
day
you call him a haggler?
What's his name?
Haggler.
Haggler.
No, it's
Whatever
Haggler.
you want to
Right.
call it, brother. It's all good. What's up?
All I'm saying is Jay Prince, man, is in his pockets. He might not be doing what he did to Floyd or Andre Ward. Because if you read Jay Prince's book, he said that they had a little fallout. But he said the only way they got that situation together was they both was too deep into Christianity and they prayed on it.
Okay. So
yeah,
my question to you
right.
though.
Yeah, right.
What when you say in his pockets, are you saying like
bro, why you do that all the time, man? You come up with these abstract arguments that go nowhere, man.
I'm just
don't matter. The man ain't doing it for free.
I want him to emphasize.
Stop acting like you don't know what in his pockets means, bro. Stop acting like that.
The way
you're smarter than that. Hey, bro, you're smarter than that. Stop doing that.
Is he though?
Yeah, it's a fair question. I'm just asking him to just define what he just said. What's wrong with that?
No,
he said what he said. He said what he said, and you know what he meant. Stop acting like that.
What does that term mean to him?
If you don't believe it, that's cool. We all know.
I can't say it. I'm not sure what context he means. Like, do you mean just by
that's cool. It don't matter. It don't matter. You already don't agree.
Yeah.
Coach Eddie, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I understand.
Yeah, I seen the card. I seen Shakur as a co-main event. You know, on that action-packed card. There should be a pretty good card.
He moving his
way he gonna get that. It's gonna be hard to put. It's gonna be hard to put. I wouldn't put him as a main event on that card because it's gonna be a letdown. You got David. You got David. I'm just keeping 100. You got David Morrell on the card. You know he come to bang.
Yeah,
you got Edgar Berlanga. Hamid Shiraz. That's somebody should get knocked out in that fight. You also got the Cuban assassin on the card. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't be a headliner all the time. You know what I mean? You got some good fights on there. It is what it is.
It's definitely gonna be a good
Who is
card.
the headliner on that card? What's the main event on that card?
Hey, Coach
Edgar Berlanga versus
Shiraz.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Eddie.
Hold on. Can y'all name a fighter like in the prime of their career? Because Shakur Stevenson, like, he's literally in the prime of his career that went from headline to undercard and have
Man,
to
Yeah.
work his way back
Well,
up. And
Yeah.
well,
What's his name?
put it like it's kind of like this right here. It's like if you are like a star player on a team, but then you go to Kobe Bryant's team, you ain't gonna get the ball that much. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
you're right.
that's all it is to it. You know, what I mean, he was at the top rank. He was like a big fish in a small pond. Now he's out there. He's in the world now, and it's all about entertainment. Boxing is an entertainment business. It ain't all about the sweet science. You know, yeah. We can appreciate the sweet science, but people want to see action. You know what I'm saying? And you see, I mean, Shakur gets booed. You know what I'm saying? He gets booed at his fight, so people don't want to. They ain't gonna put him be no freaking main event. Can you imagine Shakur being the main event as you just got 3 knockouts?
Hey,
that example was fire.
Look,
Hey, to answer your question, there are multiple fighters like that, right? Like there's a lot of fighters that they were headlining, then they went to like
So name them.
the prime of their career boxing.
Name them. Hold on.
The
I
fighter
want him
that
to
fought
name
Bacoli,
them.
the young brother who fought Bacoli and got
What's his
stopped.
name? What's his name?
I can't think of his name right now. The one that's with Shakur.
Exactly.
Jared Anderson. He's talking about Big Baby Anderson.
Yeah.
He
went from a man. He was
Jared Anderson was not a multiple division unified.
That was the question. You asked me somebody who went from a headliner to an undercard.
And Jared Anderson
now
was
he
not
playing games, yo. Get him off this panel.
No, you said somebody who was headlining.
Hold on, y'all. I got a good question real quick. So I got a good question. So which fight is better though between the two? Edgar Berlanga versus Hamza Shiraz or Stevenson versus Williams?
Let me say something. Hey, coach.
Hold on, let Rich answer this. Go ahead, Rich. I want to hear this.
Listen, I'm mad that Shakur not on the main card. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you gotta fight when you fighting somebody like Williams Zepeda. He gonna be throwing useless punches for no reason, and he gonna make Shakur fight. So it's gonna be a good fight. I don't want to see no Edgar Berlanga on the main event thinking that he's something that he's not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he's talking about. And I was supposed to. I really want to go and see the fight, but I don't even want to see it no more if Shakur on the co-main. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like that, I know a bunch of other people feel like that. Nobody.
Man, why you don't want to watch it?
I'm talking about. As far as going to Madison Square Garden.
Rich, see, that's the problem though. If y'all show up for him, maybe one day they'll see that he can garner enough revenue to become a main event.
That you don't, but
you don't. Which fight is better, Rich?
Wait, hold on. She don't.
Nah, but you gotta remember that they in New York City, man. So that's why Edgar's the main event.
Edgar Berlanga,
Edgar got the crowd. Yeah, he got the Puerto Ricans.
Which fight better, Rich?
Nobody like no damn Berlanga.
Shakur Puerto Rican too, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Shakur ain't Puerto Rican.
Did it in New York.
Yes, he is.
So
that's what he said.
Who cares what he said? He's lying.
Talking. Y'all just be saying anything.
Shakur or not? Do y'all want me to believe what he's
saying? Lying. He's lying.
What's he lying about?
Oh God! Don't start.
We get away from the question. Which fight is better, Hamza Shiraz and Edgar Berlanga versus Shakur or Williams Zepeda? Which fight is better?
Shakur Williams Zepeda is the better fight because Shakur gonna beat the dog shit out of Williams Zepeda.
Hey,
I'm gonna go with Edward
it's not better.
Berlanga.
Why are we talking about it?
I'm gonna go with Edward Berlanga, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Edward, he has a like Rich said, a warped sense of reality, and he gonna go in there thinking he could really give it up. So we gonna see if he really like that. And I can't wait to see that fight.
He's trash, Ty. Edgar Berlanga's trash. He probably gonna get knocked out.
I can't wait.
Now you know what, but Shiraz didn't look good in this last fight. He looked hesitant. Shiraz probably gonna get put to sleep. He didn't look good.
He looked better than him. Hey,
I thought he lost his last fight against Adames. He didn't do anything.
He looked better than Edgar Berlanga.
He did.
Edgar Berlanga's trash.
Shiraz didn't throw any punches, man. You know, he
Edgar Berlanga is garbage.
But he still can punch though. He's a good puncher.
He's trash.
He's a puncher, yeah.
But the Shakur fight's gonna be the better fight because Shakur gonna beat the hell out of Zepeda. Zepeda's a bum. I've been telling you.
I think the Dave Morrell. I think Morrell's gonna probably steal the show.
Beat the hell out of it. It's a stretch.
Yeah, he's fighting another nobody. Of course he is.
But this is my thing though.
Hold on, my homie Supreme is drunk. Berlanga wanted to knock Shiraz out. He said Berlanga gonna knock Shiraz out.
He probably will.
I don't know.
Don't
voice
That
of
believe
dude,
the
boxing.
hype
that
that
dude
you
was acting
claim.
Big
scared.
Kareem is the voice of the boxing streets. He say Berlanga gonna knock Sherez out.
Don't believe the hype,
It
Big
is
Supreme. That
Shiraz.
boy is
It is
trash. He's probably
Shiraz's
gonna get
first
knocked out.
fight.
Berlanga's
It's
I mean,
first. It's Shiraz's first fight at 168 too. So that's
Who
that's
cares?
one
You
thing I
have no
spoke on my
faith in
show
Edgar
earlier.
Berlanga. He's a bum.
Are you
I'm not
saying
a
you don't
fan of
want
Edgar
to come
Berlanga.
with
So
Canelo and then get knocked out by Sherez?
it's possible.
It's very possible.
Yeah,
How
He's
you
a
gonna get
bum.
knocked out by somebody that don't even throw punches, man? That dude's acting scared when he fought
Magilla
Carlos
got knocked
Adames.
out
Because
Canelo
maybe
by a
knocked
guy
out.
that only
so
had 4
you
knockouts.
don't think Adamas might have like his power might have been too much for him?
Sherrod look, he
Hey,
didn't
look,
look good. He looked real hesitant, didn't throw no
Say
punches.
Berlanga
He
did
did
good
he did
against
look gunshot.
Canelo.
He did. Oh my God. Canelo's the
Berlanga
face of
did good.
boxing. I
Berlanga
mean,
lost
just
damn
because he
near
didn't
every
go to
round.
sleep, he lost every
Berlanga didn't
round.
lose. Why do people keep saying that, y'all?
Berlanga ain't
Why do
looked
people
that
keep
good
saying that
against
Berlanga
Canelo
looked
to
good
me.
against Canelo? He got beat for 12 rounds. He got his ass whooped.
Yeah, he got
I
played
guess
He was
out.
because he had
almost.
knocked him out. I don't know.
Canelo
Hey,
almost
I don't know
pitched the
why they say he
shutout.
looked good.
not agreeing with y'all at all. They say Berlanga is not a bum. They like what y'all
I
talking
don't care
about.
if they agree with
Yeah,
me or not.
Berlanga's not a bum.
Berlanga's a
I
bum. I
don't
don't
know
care
who's
what they
saying
say.
that.
He's a bum.
Berlanga not a bum, but
Yeah.
Shakur is.
He ain't no bum. The brother can fight, you know.
Who could fight?
No, he
Berlanga.
can't. No, he can't.
He's a C+ fighter at best.
I mean, you
At
got
best.
to look at the landscape. You think they're gonna bring somebody to New York City to beat Edgar Berlanga? You really think that?
They didn't bring that dude he bit in there to beat him, did they?
I mean, Sherrod just didn't show me that in his last fight. I mean, Carlos Adames
Nah,
kind
he
of
really didn't. He really
Carlos
didn't.
kind of dominated him, man. If you really look at the fight, man,
Yeah, he
you know
did.
what I'm saying? He really won that fight.
I
They
don't
talking
care
about
what
that.
y'all
still,
talking about.
but
I have
still,
no
Coach
faith in
Eddie,
Edgar
think
Berlanga.
Berlanga?
He's trash.
I don't know. Maybe you know what?
He's some
Maybe I
shit.
have to do some more self
He's
check
some
because I really
shit.
don't like him. So maybe that's why I'm saying that. But I just don't see it.
It's
Well,
going
one
to
thing
be so
about
long
Damn.
for him to
He's like
pretend.
I'm seeing
delirious.
people say Shiraz a hype job. Some people say, but I mean, damn, it's but people saying Berlanga and Shiraz is hype jobs. They
That's
Well,
what
it'll be a
I'm
bum
saying. The
fight.
battle of the hype
Berlanga's a
job. I mean,
bum.
look,
I'm trying to
only
tell you, trash.
Sherrod's best win is
they
against
said
Ambo
both of
Williams,
them.
man.
All right,
And
well, then it'll be a
Ambo
bum
Williams,
fight.
that
Whatever.
was his best win.
That's cool. We got bum A against bum B.
Was Ammo
Whichever bum
Williams
is
a hype
best will
job?
win.
Bro, so this is my thing though. It's so crazy. We got people saying both of these guys, Berlanga and Shiraz, is both hype jobs, and they both the main event over Shakur Stevenson on this damn Ring Magazine 3 card. That's some nasty
That's a
work.
good point, MJ. That's a good point.
And hey, look,
Well, I guess
and
they
it
value
ain't
that fight
about
more, I
Shakur.
guess.
It's about Williams Cepeda too. He ain't just no shit. He better than Berlanga.
Shakur talking like he the top guy. Shakur talking like he a top dog though, bro.
Well, skill wise, he is though.
Huh?
I
He
think
can't
skill
even
wise,
get a main event with Turkey, bro. Like that's
but
nasty.
skill wise, I think Shakur is probably the most talented fighter on that card, probably.
I think Turkey might be punishing him. He might have Shakur on punishment.
Yeah.
Over Morrell.
Over Morrell, yeah.
Hey, Ty,
Oh my
Ty,
God.
didn't David?
Yes.
Ty, didn't David
Why
Benavidez
would
teach you
Morrell?
something about Morrell?
Yeah.
I mean,
Over
everybody can
David
lose a
Morrell.
fight,
That was a
but
good fight. Morrell.
Hold up. What you trying to say? Because Morrell ain't no bum.
Morrell ain't no bum,
He
right?
showed
He's
real
No,
good.
he's not a
dog in that
bum. He
fight.
just
I don't know
wasn't
what
ready
you
for
talking
David.
about.
You saying he's
He's
the
not-
more skilled fighter than Shakur. He's not more skilled than Shakur.
And he don't have to be ready for David, but that nigga is a dog. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Yeah, but he
Morrell is
doesn't
a
have the
dog.
skill that Shakur though.
I want to make a statement.
Oh my
Somebody
God.
said
at least-
something
Morrell got
about
brittle ass hands, yo. This nigga got
I
the
don't-
hands of my grandmother.
Morrell was standing in the pocket and fight. Shit, Shakur won't even stand in the pocket and fight with niggas when it's fire.
Why does he have to do that
Hold
for
on,
if he can
y'all. Hold on,
outbox you
y'all.
from the
Go ahead,
outside?
Coach Eddie. Go ahead, Coach Eddie.
Man, everybody keep talking about skills. I mean, last time I, checked, putting the hands on somebody, that's a skill also.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody talking about, look how great he is, deep, whatever, man. Knocking somebody out, that's a skill right there. Last time I checked.
It is.
Everybody keeps talking about who's more skilled. Who better boxing IQ? All that boxing IQ still go out the window when somebody get you dizzy up in that ring. When they drop a bomb on you and that ring starts spinning around like a carousel, where'd the skill go? Doesn't matter then because you hurt, brother. You know,
Well,
So what you think?
the sweet science is here to not get hit though. So when it comes to sweet science,
you can't swim without getting wet, brother. You don't get hit, man.
You said hit. You said hit. He doesn't do much of
hit
that.
or not get. Shakur has the highest plus minus in boxing right now.
You gonna get hit, brother. You're gonna get hit.
Shakur has the highest plus minus in boxing, guys.
My man asked the question. He said, "What is Zepeda gonna do? He's gonna lose. That's what he's gonna do."
No. I want to hear from Coach Eddie and Cam. What he gonna do?
Well, who gonna do?
What he gonna do to Shakur Stevenson?
William Zepeda. He's gonna
hit a lot of
I think
people, man.
Shakur should win that fight.
Zepeda gonna throw 1,000 fucking punches in the damn fight.
Win that fight.
He's still gonna lose.
Hey,
Shakur should 2,000. He's still gonna lose.
Y'all boys better start reading the fucking room. Turkey don't fuck with Shakur like that. He don't.
So Shakur,
man, that fight go. Let that fight go to a close decision. Man, motherfucker, Turkey don't fuck around and rob that boy.
Hold on.
Why y'all think?
Hold on, wait a minute. So you telling me you didn't see the last fight with Tevin Farmer? You didn't see that fight?
I saw that. When he kept doing the heads up thing. Yeah,
this dude got a hurt fighter in front of him and couldn't do nothing with him.
Wait on. So
and you telling me that dude is good?
Shakur went by stoppage. What y'all gonna say? So we could come back to this.
Good job.
William Zepeda had a hurt man in front of him for 12 rounds and couldn't do shit with him.
Rich, you know they're gonna hate. What do you think?
Rich, let me tell you something. Rich, I want you to listen to the sound of my voice as I speak to you. If Shakur beats Zepeda, and I don't mean pity pat points, if he get in there and really rock with him, Shakur will get all the credit he deserves from me, and I mean that. I mean that.
I'll hold you.
If he's standing in the pocket and bang with him and win the fight, he gets the credit. If he sit there and run the whole fight and don't have no offense and want to play defense the whole fight, he's going to lose to Zepeda. I'm telling you.
Why?
Zepeda throws 1,000 punches, up to 1,000 punches per fight.
He's not skilled enough. Zepeda's not very good. He's not skilled enough.
I believe Shakur beats Zepeda. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah. But my thing is that Shakur sits there and don't have no offense, and Zepeda's throwing fucking 100 fucking punches per round. He's going to lose this fight. He's going to lose it.
I agree with that.
I don't think so. What are you talking about, Shakur?
Hey, it's gonna be funny.
For me, it's not. I don't think
gonna be so funny.
It's gonna be an interesting matchup. That's why people want to see it.
It's gonna be a nigga getting his ass whooped. And then y'all gonna say
see, when you use words like that, Rich, when you use words like that, it confuses me. Are we still talking about Shakur?
Yeah. We are.
Okay.
When that happened. When that happened after the fight, y'all gonna have so much stuff to say. So Payda didn't even look.
I'm not gonna have anything to say. I will give him his credit.
He was
man. There you go, throwing jabs. There you go, throwing little shots. That was unnecessary. First of all,
no, I'm just saying that
you do know.
Then on blame snack. You know
he was. He didn't. You've seen him before.
You guys do know that Payda almost got knocked out by Tevin Farmer, right? You didn't forget that, did you?
Shakur looked bigger than him. It's gonna be so much excuses.
I don't have no. I don't make excuses. If he gives credit,
why would it be an excuse when Shakur is the favorite?
Y'all boys acting like they hold on. Let's talk about the hands. Y'all acting like this man don't have brittle hands.
He's the favorite to stop him, man.
This man Wally Moses is on record saying that the man Wally Moses is on record saying that Shakur, his last 7 fights, his hands been hurt.
And he won all.
Y'all talking? Y'all not even putting this in fact in the factor as far as Shakur's hands. His hands is not healed.
Yeah, but they've been hurt. He's still winning though.
Yeah, winning against guys that he's supposed to win against. That's the difference.
Wait, hold on. Did he sign the contract and get the fight?
Hold on, Mr. Shelton.
Did he sign the contract and get the fight?
Hold on, Mr. Shelton. Boxing hacker, you don't think that that's gonna catch up to him one day?
It might. It depends how he takes care of his hands. I mean, it might not, but hopefully not. You know, I feel like Shakur is sort of. I always say him and Floyd have a little bit of parallels to each other.
Man, all defense and no offense for Shakur is going to get him beat by
But
by anybody damn near
Shakur has
for
the highest
real.
plus minus in boxing. Why do y'all think he
Name
has
one
no
fighter that
offense?
shit been like that with.
He literally
Bro,
has
we talk,
he has
bro.
the highest
Y'all
plus minus
Name
in
guys,
one
y'all
boxing.
gotta
fighter.
see. This is my thing. This is my thing. Y'all guys, y'all keep going off of Shakur's 126 and 130,
No,
performances.
that's the
Y'all don't
current
talk
stats
about
in
these
boxing.
135 performances. That's the problem I have with you guys.
No, but
Well, to
this
be
is the
fair,
current
he's
stats
only
in
had
boxing.
like
He has the
one or
highest
two
plus
fights at
minus
135,
in boxing
but
right
it
Nah,
now.
doesn't
he
really
got four.
matter.
No, Shakur has 4 fights at 135, and he
Has
has
it been
not looked
4?
good in none of them.
That's
Damn,
not
he's got
true.
4.
4 already. I
He
thought
had
that was
He
Yoshino,
looked
only
good.
2.
He looked
Edwin
good
De
with
Los
Chino.
Santos,
He looked good.
Ardham, and then
That's
Padley.
not
He
true.
got 4
Damn.
fights at
He looked great
135.
against Padley. He looked
Well,
and
great
he
against
don't
I
look
try to
good.
help
And
y'all
he
out.
so you saying
Wait a
two
minute,
knockouts
wait a
Wait,
minute.
hold on,
Did
man.
Shakur Stevenson sign for the fight? Is the fight secure? Is the fight going on? Is the fight
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
Yeah,
We got a date and everything. Yeah, he
His
signed.
hand problems is his problems. I don't care about that. You signed
my
the
man. I
contract. You
like
got to
that.
fight.
It's
I
Your
like
still
hand
that.
problems are your problem.
but
Deal with it.
Mr.
That's
Shelton,
a
it's
fact.
still a
I
fact.
agree. I
It's
agree.
still a it don't make it not a fact though. It don't mean your hand's not hurt because you signed. Like I don't know why you think that you can look
I
over all
don't
that. Oh,
care.
you signed.
I don't care.
You
That's his
okay?
business. He get in there, he win or he lose. I don't care.
Hey, cool. But I bet on fights, so I care.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shakur
this
should
what
win.
I
I mean,
hey, this
Shakur
what hey,
goes in there and
hey,
box smart. He should
hey,
win, as long as Shakur always, follows the right game plan. I think he got it. I
hey,
think
this what
he
I
can
don't
make it real
understand
easy
about
for
this.
himself.
I don't
Y'all
understand
not
this.
thinking about that output was the Zepeda, man. That man literally throws 1,000 punches
Yeah, but
per
he has to
fight.
be at a certain
And
distance
if
to look good at getting out
Shakur's
distance.
sitting there not throwing no punches at all through it, through the rounds through this fight with Zepeda, and Zepeda's throwing up to 100 punches per round, he's going to lose this fight by decision.
No, but the thing about throwing a lot
Put
of
some
punches,
money
you have
on
to
it
be
then,
at
Nick.
a certain position to throw that many punches, right? You
I
can't just
believe
be
Shakur should win the
shit.
fight.
Shakur's
Rich
distance
trying to
control
bet.
is gonna be what's gonna win him the fight. The fact that he knows how to get out distance is gonna cause problems for Zepeda the most.
Now they gonna see how big Shakur look.
Out distance.
Yeah,
they gonna see this.
Being out distance will stop him
How
from
big
throwing.
Shakur look? Y'all talk about the fight night.
You gonna see
It's gonna be
when
about
they in the
distance.
ring
That fight's
together.
gonna be
You gonna
really
be like,
about
damn,
distance.
I thought he was gonna do this. I
Zepeda,
thought
he
he
a
was gonna
big
do that.
motherfucker on fight night too. So I mean, they probably gonna be about the same.
Y'all act like Tevin Farmer, who can't punch through a wet paper bag, didn't almost knock this dude out twice.
Zepeda said Tevin Farmer has hit him the hardest he ever been hit.
Shit, Shakur can't even punch through a paper plate. What are we talking about? This man got brittle hands.
Shakur hurt his hand
Yeah,
flat
but
on
he's sharp though. I mean,
Hey,
we can say he's pillow fisted. He got feathers for fist. The brother is sharp.
hey,
Like, sharp as shit.
Sharp. He's sharp when he's fighting. Shakur is only sharp when he's fighting opposition that don't got fire coming back at him.
Right.
When there's
He is
fire
sharp
coming
as
to him,
hell.
that boy running. He's
He
scared.
makes the opposition look like they have
And
no
when he
fire.
beat this guy,
That's
you gonna
all
move
it
the
is.
goalposts again. So when he beat this guy, you gonna move the
I
goalposts
think,
again.
hey, like I'm on record saying that I believe Shakur beats Zepeda. But I'm just
So
saying,
hey, so wait, hold on. I
if it
wanted to
goes
ask
to
you
them
this one.
cards, and Shakur's in this fight where he's not having no offense, he will lose his fight.
I don't think anybody at
Hey,
135 beats Shakur.
That's what you hoping on, man.
no, I want Shakur to win because I want to see him fight Tank. So that's not the case. So don't put that on me, my guy.
Yeah, I don't think anybody at 135 beats Shakur. To be
I
honest,
think what he's saying is a
I think he's
valid
the
point.
best at 135.
I
Valid
like the
point
fight
with
with him as a
output
Zepeda.
for the output. Let's say they both land identical punches per
Yeah.
copy box. Let's say Shakur lands 100 and Zepeda lands 100, but Shakur only throws 300 and Zepeda throws 800.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, Shakur's gonna lose that fight, man,
Why do you think that?
because the judge is gonna give him credit for working, brother. That's what.
Shakur is gonna beat this guy like a rented
depends.
mule.
Hey,
Shakur Stevenson is gonna beat this guy like a rented mule.
They can't give credit for punching the air. Like it depends.
Hey, look, I promise you.
See, so hold on. Let me correct Boston Hacker real quick.
Go ahead.
See, you always when you referring to the copy box number, you're referring to something called scoring zones.
Yeah.
Punches they actually do land. They might not be in a scoring area, but they are landing on physically on your body.
Yeah.
So judges see that. So if you're getting hit in the shoulders, the elbows, the chest, collarbone, whatever, guess what?
Yeah.
It's taking an effect on you. It's
Yeah.
just not like a blank punch that didn't do anything to you. It's weakening you.
Correct. That's why I say
Oh,
it
I mean,
depends, right? Because like if he's punching the air, if he's missing and just punch your air, then it won't count, right? If he's like tactically hitting him, but
I
that's not
do
his
like
point, then
Shakur is
he
is
wins.
easy.
Yeah.
He's easy
So
to beat
still
with
depends.
you have to be able to punch first of all. You have to be a good puncher. You have to have a high output. That's how and you put him in the ropes where he can't move on you. And you
If
beat
he's
up on him.
easy to beat, how come
That's
ain't
how you
nobody
that's
beat
how
him
you
yet?
beat Shakur. That's
Yeah,
how you
Hey,
beat
that's
Baku.
not how you
Hey,
beat Shakur at all.
hey, Baku.
That's a
Coach Eddie.
that would be a bad strategy. I think that'd
Hey,
be a
No,
bad
If
strategy.
he's
actually, that's a great strategy. A guy
I
that
can't
moves
do
around to put him in the ropes, that's a great strategy.
Not
What are you
somebody
talking
like
about?
him though. Not
wait a
somebody
Yeah,
minute, he
it's
said
so
he's easy
because
to beat.
that's
He said
you have
he's
to
easy to
realize
beat. If he's
Shakur
easy to
fights
beat, how
mainly
come ain't
pressure
nobody beat him
fighters.
yet?
no. I ain't saying he's easy to beat. I said that's how you beat him. That's
Nah,
how you beat. I didn't say he was
to
easy to
beat
beat.
somebody like
No, you
Shakur, you have to
said
have
you
pressure
literally said
fighters.
he was easy to beat. So if he's easy to beat, how come ain't nobody beat him yet?
I said he was easy to beat Shakur. You have to have punching power. You have to have a high output. You have to be able to cut the ring off. You got to put him in the ropes,
Facts.
put him in the corner, and beat up on him. That's how you beat a guy like Shakur.
I think you have to have faster feet than him. I think
hey,
that's
man,
the
that
only
man
way.
been boxing his
And you
That's
whole
the
think
life.
feet.
Zepeda is
That's
the
Yeah,
guy
the
to
you have
do
word.
that?
to you have
Been
to
in
be
the
able
That's what
ring.
to
he's saying
you have
right
to
Been
be
in the
able to
ring
get in
with.
and out of distance just like he can, but just a little
If
And
bit
you
you
think
faster.
cut the
Zepeda is the guy to do that?
no,
No,
I'm just
yeah,
saying. Hypothetically, if you just take a guy who
Oh, okay.
knows how to cut the
Okay.
ring down, who knows how to
yeah,
put a guy in. It's an art to cutting the ring down. That's another skill. Boxing accurate cutting the ring off.
yeah,
Another skill is putting the man in the ropes. That's another
yeah,
skill.
yeah,
Another skill is putting the man in the corner and not letting him escape. That's also a skill also.
yeah.
Another skill is beating up on a man when you got him stationary. That's a skill also.
But that's not. So
And
I'm no,
people,
I'm trying to
it,
understand,
it
but that's
works.
not a good
It works.
strategy
Trust
against
me.
Hey,
Shakur,
listen.
though.
Hey, Coach Eddie. Hey, let me talk real quick. Shakur gonna beat this man so bad, you gonna get back on here and say Cepeda wasn't shit.
Why would I do that?
What
I
makes
have
you
no
say
emotional
these type of
attachment to
things
any of
about
these
Wait.
fighters,
Shakur?
brother.
We
I don't.
gonna
Shakur
set this in
should win this
stone.
fight.
We gonna
Shakur
set
should
Hold on,
win
hold
this
on,
fight.
hold
He's the
on, Rich.
favorite for a
Hold
reason.
on,
What are you talking about?
hold on, Rich. Well, I mean, this is my thing. What makes y'all think Shakur be stepping like this? Y'all be
hold
talking
on,
like this man Shakur be stopping shit, like he be stepping. He's
He,
not a stepper.
but
No,
he be
we're
beating
not
the
Shakur's
hell
not
out
a
saying
of
that.
him,
stepper.
That's not what we saying. We
But
saying
y'all
Zepeda is not
talking
the
like
guy.
he's
Zepeda is
stepping
not
though.
that
Like y'all
good.
talking like
He's
he's
not
stepping
the
on
guy.
shit though.
but
Now
he
let
be
But
the
he's
throwing
not
all
the
them
guy.
banners
let the
though.
Zepeda ain't that guy. This
let
ain't
the
that
hate
guy.
come out.
He
Let
be
the
winning
hate
like
come out
every
his
round
mouth,
against
man.
Bama, so I
Let the
don't
hate
know.
come out
What
his
makes
mouth.
Zepeda not that guy?
Let the hate come out his
I
mouth.
watched
Keep
this
talking,
dude.
man.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Hold on,
What
Hacker.
makes
I watched
Zepeda
this
not that
dude.
guy?
I watched
He's
this
an
dude
underdog
have
for
a
a
hurt
reason, brother.
fighter in front of him for 12 rounds, and he couldn't do shit with that hurt fighter. He's not very good.
Who's Zepeda?
Okay.
Zepeda's good. You have to say the brother's good.
Man, don't say nothing.
Yeah,
Watch how they gonna come back to this thing and they gonna say
yeah.
all types of other
Zepeda's
stuff,
good.
man.
At the end of the day,
They
Ten
gonna say some
Farm works
crazy shit.
hard. You know,
He gonna
sometimes
You
beat
didn't
people.
see that? No, hold
he
on,
gonna beat
Hacker. You didn't see that? You didn't see Zepeda with a hurt fighter in front of him for 12 rounds and couldn't do shit with him? You didn't see that?
When you say hurt, what do you mean by hurt? By the
he
way,
talking about Tevin Farmer.
He hurt his elbow and he hurt his hand in the
Yeah.
fight.
This
He was
guy is
hurt since the second.
ridiculous. You don't know what hurt means? Stop
That
playing
man,
these
I
games,
don't
Hagger,
know.
bro.
Yeah,
do you
you
know
do
what
a divine
do you
thing.
know what a
Yeah,
woman
there's no
is? Are
definition
you one
of
of them?
hurt.
You can't even tell what a woman is. Also, what is
No,
a woman?
sometimes you
What
just
do you
gotta
mean
define
woman?
it. You know,
Define a
because
woman. That you
people
accurate?
saying
God dang, this dude.
yeah, like I mean, you gotta define it though. You know, I don't know. Ten Farmer
I
looked like he
said
wasn't that
stop.
hurt. in that fight.
Y'all stop acting like Tevin Foreman not no decent fighter though. Y'all
Yeah,
keep
you gotta give
saying
him his
y'all like
respect. You
Tevin
know,
Foreman ain't no decent
Man,
fighter. He
Tevin
a
He's a
decent
Farmer.
good
fighter.
fighter, but he only has 8 knockouts in 35 fights. He doesn't
Yeah,
have any
but
power.
they not
And he
gonna
almost
I
say
knocked this
that
mean,
dude
though.
out twice.
They only worry about Shakur power. They ain't gonna say that though.
it's like
Shakur don't got no damn power though.
Kenny
They
Ellis
ain't.
said it
Tevin
best when he
Farmer been
said
knocking down his
he
last
trains
couple
Shakur
hard,
can
fights.
so he
punch.
deserves to hit
Yesterday he
people.
was hot.
Shakur
Hey,
has power. Shakur has power when he sits down on his punches. If he
Man,
sits down,
Shakur don't got no
he
damn
can.
power.
No, if he sits down, he can punch. He can punch.
there's
If he
only
sits,
one person I
if
seen
he sits
Shakur ain't
down,
hurt in a fight, and that was De La Santos. That's the only person that I
Yeah,
seen he didn't hurt.
Who is Who is he hurting in the fight,
Huh?
man?
He hurt the last fight that he was in. The
he
fight
hurt. He
before
stopped
that,
Hadley. He
he
hurt
hurt that
You
nigga.
see what I'm
Artem.
saying? By the
8.
words they use be confusing me.
He did
Wait,
stop
hold on.
Hadley.
Damn.
He stopped Hadley, and then he hurt Artem. Artem was
He
hurt.
hurt Artem.
Yeah,
He hurt Yoshini at
he
135.
stopped
He knocked him.
Yoshino. Or
Yeah.
they stopped the fight.
So this is this is my thing. If he has these guys hurt,
He really hurt
hold on. Stop the presses. If Shakur has these guys hurt, why isn't he finishing these guys?
So
Well,
so
that just
now
didn't
so
happen.
that's
But
what
he
we
still
talk
won.
about now. He
So
not a good
now,
finisher. That's what we gotta talk about
Yeah,
now.
you can say that.
That's
You can
what we
say
need to talk
yeah,
he's not
about.
a knockout.
right.
He's
Good
Now,
not a
now
finisher.
knockout
we
artist.
now we got
He
a different
he
conversation
not a
now,
good
right?
finisher. It's a
He got
difference.
22 fights and 11 knockouts, so he got a 50% knockout ratio, right?
Yeah, 50%. But like he's not a knockout artist at the end of the day.
Nah, he not a
Fifty
good
50%.
finisher. He don't when he hurt somebody, he still keep his defense up and all that
He's
stuff.
Yeah,
hurting
he's a
guys and not
boxer.
finishing these
He
guys.
ain't taking no risk. He ain't trying
He's
to
a
take
pure
no risk.
boxer. That's all it is.
He ain't
That's
trying to
that's
do what
all.
Abdullah Mason did, hurt a nigga, and then
Rick,
keep going to get dropped. He's scared of that.
And then get
We
up
could
and knock
admit
the
to that.
nigga out. I
Yeah.
understand that.
because he's.
Okay, yeah, he knocked the nigga out.
I'm
I
Rich.
ain't
I'm
never
glad you just said that. You just said that Shakur be scared of fire. You know what I'm saying? When it get hot, pretty much.
I never said he be scared of fire when he get hot. I said he be scared of fire after he hurt somebody.
You
He don't
just
take it.
said
He
that
don't
though,
take that
bro.
risk. That's what I'm saying. He don't take that risk.
You
He
you
don't
you.
drop it.
Clean up on aisle 9, brother. You let the cat out the bag, man.
I said you heard what
So
I
what do
said.
y'all
Yeah,
think
We
about
all know
you
that.
let the
what do
cat
y'all
out
think
the
about
bag for
the Mason
sure.
fight? What do you think about the Mason fight with Nakatella? What do y'all think about that fight?
That should be
I think
good.
that's a really good step up fight.
Yeah, good step up fight for the young brother. At least he's
Abdullah gonna stop
trying a
him.
name for once, you know? That's good.
Abdullah gonna stop him.
Oh, who
Hopefully.
I do it, man? That guy been knocked out 2 times after Shakur, man. He should stop him.
We're not
Yeah.
gonna do that because
Yeah,
Shakur done
he
fought
should.
plenty of niggas that done
Shit,
got
Shakur
their
didn't
ass up
stop
before
him.
they got in the ring with him.
He been
Shit,
knocked out
Shakur
2
had a
times.
struggle with him.
He ain't struggle with nobody, man. I don't know one fighter that Shakur
Shakur ain't struggling with nobody.
He ain't never.
He struggled with De Los
He ain't
Santos.
struggling with Edwin.
He ain't struggling when he won.
He won. He won
got out of
That
there.
was abysmal, brother.
Bro, that was one of the worst fights in the 135-pound
Okay,
But
division,
he
bro.
won.
That was one of the
He
worst
won
fights
that
in
fight pretty
boxing
easy,
history.
though.
I
So
think the
how
only
did-
one that rivals that is when Rigondeaux fought the guy, the Rigondeaux fight.
Casamara.
That fight was horrible. So
The-
them two
the-
probably the 2 worst
Damn,
fights.
Coach Eddie, not in history, Coach Eddie.
Oh,
Man,
that was abysmal.
Hey, I'm with Coach Eddie with it.
I mean, for that level, say for
Hey.
that level of fighter,
Hey.
A plus fighter.
He fought the
That's a
Asian guy.
horrible
That's what you're
performance.
talking about, Coach A, right?
Hey,
Rigging
so
the fight
it
the
don't
Asian
even matter
fighter.
if it's the worst fight in history.
Yeah.
He did not struggle. He
Yeah,
walked out of
Riggins
there
was-
clean. He walked out of there
Riggins-
clean.
He
with
didn't
his hands
struggle,
up.
bro. That was the most, bro. That was
Hold on.
that was the less
on,
punches
KJ.
thrown
KJ.
in a 135-pound
KJ.
fight.
But that don't
Hold on,
mean that you
KJ.
struggle. That
Hold
don't
on.
mean
Wait.
that you.
Hold on, y'all.
Rich. This is what's crazy, right? We're talking about a fight with the least punches thrown, and you
Mhm.
bragging about how he ain't struck. Like, come on, y'all. Like, somewhere we gotta stop.
Hey,
Hey,
first of
man.
all,
Bag.
Willie
first
Pep
of all,
went
I
Bag.
ain't
around
bragging
start
about how
throwing
he
one
didn't
punch,
struggle.
and
I'm
people
saying
called
he
him a
didn't
legend.
struggle.
So I don't
That's
see
all
the
I'm saying.
problem.
Struggling is going through a fight. You
No, he
it's
struggled to
Lamont
let his
Roach
hands go. He
mental.
did struggle,
It's
brother. He had
Lamont
a
Roach's
mental
pace.
block.
That's struggling. You taking knees and
He
stuff.
struggled to let
you
his
need a
hands
break.
go. That is a struggle.
That's struggling. Nah,
Ah,
struggle is
I don't
a
think he's
strong
exactly,
ass
struggling.
Coach
word.
Eddie.
That's a
Exactly.
strong
Well, he ain't
ass
gonna
Let me
word.
tell
struggle
you
with this
something.
dude.
If
He ain't gonna
Shakur
struggle
ever
with this
gets
dude.
hurt, if Shakur ever get hurt or loses, he is done. He's Adrian Bronner times 10. That boy will be gun shy.
Well, that ain't coming up in this
he's
fight. He's
finished.
not gonna struggle with this dude.
Keep
No, he
hoping
shouldn't.
that.
He should win this
Keep
fight.
hoping that, buddy.
Yeah, keep hoping, good buddy.
Keep hoping that.
Shakur fans got to be honest, bro. Y'all just
Why in the
y'all
world
don't
would anybody
understand.
hope Shakur loses? I'm tired of seeing black fighters lose to Mexicans. What's wrong with you, man?
Nah.
I don't want
We
to see
are
you.
being
I'm
honest.
tired of
Two
seeing.
cents.
I'm tired of seeing brothers lose to
Don't hit the
Mexicans.
black card.
What's wrong with you,
Two
brother?
cents.
Talking bad about the black man this whole
Two
time. Don't
cents.
hit the
We
black
are
card
being
on us, man.
honest.
You been
Zapata
talking
is
bad
not
about
that
this man the
good.
whole time.
He's
Don't hit
not.
no black card on us, man. Fuck out here with that
I'm
black
just saying,
card shit.
Coach Eddie. I mean, but let me say this to Mr. Shelton real quick, right?
Yeah.
And this is what y'all not understanding. It's not about Zapata being good because style make fights. And just like Coach Eddie just expressed, he feels a style that will beat Shakur is somebody that can cut off the ring, throw a volume of punches, and get him on the ropes. And Zapata's style is supposed to be able to do that. So people want to see the style matchup. Nobody is saying Zapata gonna beat Shakur. Well, some people are. I'm saying I want to see how Shakur overcomes and beats this style. I'm not necessarily saying Zepeda gonna beat Shakur. I want to see how Shakur overcomes and beats the style. However, we do know that Shakur Stevenson's hands are injured. He was wincing and screaming when he was punching in the Padley fight. So we're saying what's going to happen if something does happen to his hands in this fight and he's getting pressured and 1,000 punches. Will he be able to overcome that? So it's a lot of things that people want to see in this fight. That's it. Nobody tearing the black man down. Nobody hope he lose. Nobody doing none of that. We just want to see how he overcomes this style matchup. And there are some people that believe he won't be able to overcome the style matchup. So that's it.
Well, I'll tell you what. We damn sure finna find out, ain't we?
We're gonna find out. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Damn sure finna find out.
I hope him and Tank line up at the end then. At the end of this
Man,
year.
stop talking about Tank, bro. Why you gotta
We ain't
keep
talking
doing
about
that,
Tank.
bro?
Tank got his own fish to fry. Tank got business he gotta handle. Tank gotta worry about his business.
Can we talk about the other
Tank
fighters?
gotta
Can we
make that
give them
fight
a
with
little
my
bit of
man
shine?
Lamont Roach.
No, Shakur versus Tank.
Tank gotta handle his business. Leave Tank alone. Tank gotta have business he gotta handle, Hacker.
Ain't nobody
Tank
caring
got
about no
business
damn
he gotta handle. Let him handle that.
Sign that
The
fight
fight,
deal,
the
man.
fight to be seen is Shakur versus Tank. Those are the two best.
Why is that the fight to be seen?
They're the two.
Why?
They're
Shout
one
out,
of the
Watch
top
Hacker.
people.
I'm gonna kick you off real quick. Shout out Fight Sports Talk.
Please do.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. So before Hacker went into Shakur fighting Tank, are you guys talking about Shakur fighting Zepeda and how that fight goes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think based on how Zepeda looked pretty bad against past his best Heaven Farmer, Shakur should win. I don't know any details about Shakur leaving Matchroom, so it seems that both he and Eddie Hearn just lost their minds because, well, Eddie Hearn didn't. He picked up a guy trying to build him into a star, but didn't even try. So that's weird. The first, I didn't call in earlier 2 cents, but you brought up the lawsuit that Haney filed. I don't think there's anything to that other than the Haneys were just embarrassed by the loss and tried to get something out. They tried to embarrass Ryan, and yeah, I don't know if that's using that as blackmail to try and get a rematch. Yeah, but Shakur, regardless of who Shakur's with, he should beat Zepeda fairly handily.
Okay. Now I'm glad you brought that up, Fight Sports Talk. Let me ask y'all a question. I don't know if y'all were here when I posed this question because I did it earlier in the show, right? Tell me, and I know we're not lawyers. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT or something. But listen, if I file a lawsuit and I say either you do this, this, and this, and I drop the lawsuit, but if you don't do this, this, and this, I'm gonna keep the lawsuit. Is that not illegal, or am I tripping?
It's not illegal.
That's not blackmail?
No.
Nah, that's not blackmail. I'm gonna tell you something real quick.
It's not illegal. You have the right to file a lawsuit whenever you want. You know, now whether it goes through court or not.
But you can't put stipulations on that.
Hey, look,
it's not a written stipulation. You know, it's either you do this or I'm going to file a lawsuit against you.
Is that not literally a stipulation?
The lawsuit's already filed, though.
This guy.
It's contingent.
Yeah,
it's contingencies.
Yeah, it's not like contractual, right? If someone can always withdraw their lawsuit against you, right? So there's no what law. If it's breaking the law, what law do you think is breaking?
I don't. That's what I'm asking. Is it against the law? I said, is it? See, Barkside, you arguing? It's a question. I'm asking, is it illegal? I don't know. It just sounds.
It's not.
It sounds illegal.
It's legal, man. You could do that.
It sounds borderline. It sounds borderline blackmail.
Like blackmail, right? Yeah, but
you could do that.
Did they file the lawsuit and did they get a court date?
No, I don't know. I don't think they have a court date. No.
They keep on pushing it back.
Yeah, they
have a 90-day extension, and then they have it like at least I think they got about 30 days left. They've already done it twice, the extension.
Well, if the court accepted the lawsuit, then it's not illegal. If it was illegal, the court would have rejected it. If it wouldn't have accepted it in the first place.
I think y'all missing my whole question. Y'all missing my whole question.
Yeah, but it's not legal though.
Maybe it is illegal 2 cents, but I don't think the Haneys filed it to try and enforce a rematch. I think they just, again, I think they were embarrassed and they just wanted to try and get Ryan back in and so they weren't going to. As soon as Ryan failed a test, they knew that they weren't going to get the rematch anyway. So I think they just thought, okay, let's try and embarrass him in court. I think it was just desperation.
I thought the lawsuit was for money. I thought they sued him for money.
Yes, for
money.
He sued him for money, and he sued him for assault and battery and unwanted touching.
So no, battery is unwanted touching. Yeah, it wasn't assault and battery. It was just battery.
Hey, the boys sued their boys for money and off of their emotions, pretty much.
But when
money and emotions.
But unwanted touching because he fought somebody on PEDs. So
unwanted touching, yes.
Yeah, it's all based on the PEDs stuff.
Sure.
But they dropped the lawsuit though.
That lawsuit is extended. It continues to be extended. I don't know why people keep saying it's dropped because it is not.
I don't know, sis. I mean, I'm going off of what Bill and Devin saying. Both of these scoring interviews, both of them said they dropped the lawsuit.
I mean,
both of them.
Bill just said in a Najee interview, I just watched it, that it's not dropped unless they do the rematch.
And I have the paperwork that'll show it's not dropped. They just went to court.
And you got
3-4
so May 3rd the lawsuit will be dropped
out on 2.
No, they have.
In September, right?
Too, and they both dropped it.
Yeah,
it's not dropped.
Well, they both put it on hold until they fight. Both of them.
It keeps on getting
Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. That's what I'm basically saying.
It's on hold, and that's what I'm asking. Can I keep being like, hey, you better do what I say, or I'm gonna go through with this lawsuit?
Well, you could do.
I would do it.
Yeah,
I think they worried about Ryan skipping out. I think they worry about Ryan not taking the lawsuit. They want to make sure that he takes the freaking rematch. They say if you don't take the rematch,
no reason not to take the rematch.
I think
that ain't the case, bro.
I think that's just the Haney.
Hold on.
I think the Haney.
But we gotta remember. We got to remember that story, that narrative switch. Remember, at first it was the Devin Haney era and people cheating and PEDs. We're not going to tolerate that. That's why he was filing a lawsuit. And then that flipped to, we filed a lawsuit to make sure he take the rematch. Y'all remember that? So
yeah, I think the Haneys are just making stuff up as they go along. They filed it to try and get money and to try and embarrass Ryan. And now, because they've seen how everybody's turned on them, aside from their close, tight-knit group of fans, they're trying to spin it and saying, "Oh, we did it because we wanted the rematch so badly." I mean, Devin was talking about not rematching Ryan originally. He was asked, I can't remember what network it was, maybe it was ESPN. He was asked, "Would you rematch Ryan after this case is settled?" And he said something along the lines of no, because he's a cheater. So they're just making stuff up as they go along. But I interviewed someone the day after Ryan's test was announced, and I brought up that his fans were calling for him to sue Ryan because they believed that he could get something out of it, and he said that the lawsuit would get thrown out, and for some reason it's not.
Hey, look. Hey, this right here. Wait, hold on, Hacker, real quick. Hold on.
Good, brother.
Ryan Garcia already said it, though, out of his mouth, that he wouldn't take the fight with Devin Haney if they don't drop the lawsuit. So I'm not really believing what Devin Haney. I don't know why we're talking about this, but
that's why people are questioning it. That's why. But that's why people are questioning if the rematch is gonna happen, because the lawsuit is still in play, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, we got the lawsuit in play to force Ryan to take the rematch." But you could also have the lawsuit in play to duck the rematch. So it really could go either way. You feel
it really don't matter. None of it really matters if you don't beat Ramirez. If you don't beat Ramirez, you ain't getting the rematch anyway.
That's the main fact.
Hey,
that's the main fact. You're right.
Rolly's not a dead man walking.
Shout out Terrence Best Videos.
Terrence,
we got Terrence Videos. What's your 2 cents, Terrence Best Videos? What you got for the show?
Yeah, I just wanted to. I'm not going to be on long because I got to do something. But I just wanted to clear up your legal question. No, that's perfectly legal because he's claiming to be harmed. Devin is claiming to be harmed. That's why he could file a lawsuit. If he was like, let's say he wasn't harmed and he was saying that you had to do something, then at that point, yeah, that'd be like extortion or something. But as long as that's just called if Ryan does it, it's called a settlement. Like if he says they can actually write that up where you fight me and I drop the lawsuit, that's perfectly fine. The courts will accept that. So there's no problem with him doing that if they are doing it. I don't know if they're doing it or not, but that's not a problem. And
Devin
as
That's
far
might
as
not
face
the,
to
really
be
what
harmed
was
though.
said, though, Terrence. That's not really what was said. It was
Yeah.
basically like, do this or we're gonna do this. And to me, I gotta look
absolutely,
it up because I really don't know. But
absolutely, you can do that because
that's
the
weird to
lawsuit.
me.
But see, Ty, the lawsuit is legitimate unless you
Is it
guys have
though?
said. Yeah, he said
Yeah,
that this guy was using PEDs and he
Unwanted
was
injured.
injured and he was
He
injured
was
because of
using
it.
no, that's
PEDs,
not part.
Ty.
That,
Can't get over that.
Terrence,
I'm
that's
He
not
just
part of
was
the
saying
law.
using PEDs.
No,
I'm just
so
Unwanted
saying
we
touching.
that's
I
did
what
see
can't get
that.
over
Devin's
that.
saying. And the
No, we
court
did
has to,
see
and
that
the
part.
jury has to decide if that's true or not, and if they're going to give him damages. And now, if he wants to, Ryan could just say, "Look, I'm not going to rematch you," and they'll just let the courts fight it out in court, and then the jury will decide. So, if Ryan don't want to do it, then he'll take the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's not
Yeah, but initially Ryan wasn't the one who was denying the fight. It was Devin, and then it switched all of a sudden. I don't know how to where it was Ryan didn't want the fight, but Ryan came out immediately and said, "I'm not fighting them. They're suing me." He said that on multiple occasions.
okay.
Man,
So
they
then
So
why he
how can
changed
they
his
be trying
mind?
to force
Well, why
it?
is he?
How can
But
they
Ty, why is he
Then take
fighting
it to
them?
court. If you're not fighting them, take it
Yeah,
to court and let
Ty,
the
why
court
is he
figure it out.
fighting them then? Ryan has the
All right,
right to
y'all.
not.
Well, they
Are
Ryan could
is
just
their
say, "Look,
Let me
rematch
touch
make
me in
not
the court."
supposed to be after this? Is their rematch not supposed to be after these two get past whoever they're with? Is that not the plan? That's what I've
time
heard
out,
all
time. Let me
along.
say
Yeah,
this real quick. Listen,
that's
y'all,
what.
if you're listening, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to the replay of this live, make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live. Be sure to help support the channel in the Cash App at 2 cents boxing, or you could drop a super chat. I mean, you could drop a super chat with your 2 cents in the comments. Let me know what you think. Be sure to call into the show 281-845-2103. If you just want to leave your 2 cents, you're not trying to get up here on the panel and do all that. You just want to say what you got to say. You want to dip off. Be sure to call into the show. The link is in the chat if you would like to come up and join the panel and give your 2 cents. Terrence,
Hey,
I think you
listen,
was talking. Go ahead and
And
continue.
and
the fact is that they gonna fight, man. That's all. I don't
Yeah,
think. I
Yeah, I mean,
think
I thought that they
Devin.
were scheduled for after this too.
What Turkey probably told him, look, man, you getting paid this amount of money. Devin seen them numbers. Ryan seen them numbers, and they ain't going forward with that suit because they ain't that money gonna be petty to the money that they gonna be making during the
yeah,
rematch.
I
I
It's gonna
agree
agree
be.
with
with
Then
It's
you.
you.
gonna
That's
be
they need
probably
to
what
10.
it is.
It's
drop
probably
it.
gonna be
Then why
10
haven't
times
they
petty.
dropped it yet?
So
After the
then that
fight
would
is
mean
over,
Once,
They
Ty.
have to
so
make
that
sure
Once
they
the
got to
once,
make
fight
sure
is
it
I
has to
think
go
once.
through.
hold on. Hold on. According to Rich's logic, which makes a lot of sense, since Devin himself said Turkey offered him the most money that he's ever seen in his life, he couldn't refuse it.
That's not saying a
That
lot
would
though.
mean I'm holding on to the lawsuit to duck.
Yeah, the lawsuit gonna duck soon as that shit gets signed and like after
Yeah,
these two fights come around and if they win and that shit even if they lose, I still think they gonna fight. If one of them
Yeah,
lose,
hey,
I
Yeah, they
still think they
got
gonna
I,
fight.
I
I
to.
think
want
They
I
so
want to
too.
got
I
say
to.
still think
something
they will
too real
I mean,
quick.
I still think they're gonna fight. And then after that, man, once they have a date on that shit gotta get dropped, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And if
I
it
Yeah.
want
well,
to
don't,
they
say
I
something
Here,
too
think
real
here,
they
quick.
here's
both
my
they
the
gonna
logic
lose.
lawsuit,
on it though.
if
Like,
they
here's my logic. I feel like with both of them, you got Bill and Devin both on record on Cigar Talk saying that they dropped the loss, dropped the lawsuit. But then you gotta, think back what Ryan said around the Ring Magazine Awards, and I said this on my platform. I said the man Ryan said it won't be no rematch unless they drop the lawsuit. So no, these guys is saying like no, you got Devin saying I hollered at Turkey. No, myself personally, trying to get on, trying to get a fight and everything and try to get put on. And now the man said they both him and Bill, they're on record saying that they both dropped the lawsuit just like Ryan told them to.
Well, they're
So
liars.
I'm just putting two together. Now sis, I'm going off. I'm with you, sis. Now if they behind the scenes and if it's on record saying that they still got the lawsuit pending and it's still going down, then them boys is cappers like they always
We
been. They've
looked
been
it up
capping
over
for the
here.
longest.
We
Man,
well,
facts
they
over
fighting.
figures
If you
over here
look,
at
if you
MJ
go
Network. We looked it up. We looked up that paperwork and verified. Like
Facts,
my co-host
facts.
I said, she looked up that paperwork and verified. So we not just over here saying shit. So
I'm
Oh
getting
yeah,
ready to
I
drop it
already
in the
know.
chat. I think I bookmarked it because I've been keeping a very close eye on that. I'm trying to find my bookmark for it now because the last update, if I'm not mistaken, was April 17th of this year, and they did the one before that was I think 2 months. I know it's every 30 days they have to go, so that lawsuit is not over unless because I haven't checked it since April 17th. Unless it's done right as of right now, they lying.
Okay.
But
Well,
the
the
thing
lawsuit.
about it, during that roundtable interview, nobody's
Kirk-
even talking about the PEDs anymore. Haney's not bringing it up. Nobody. It's like nobody's saying anything about
Right,
it. So
right.
that's like
Yeah.
they I think everybody swept it under the rug, kind of. Though, as a matter of fact, even Devin Haney's talking about making adjustments and how he can avoid the left hook. He's not even mentioning PEDs right now.
Yeah.
So Turkey probably
Yeah,
told him, say,
Devin.
look, man, don't say nothing about the PEDs. You're gonna get your rematch. You know, everything gonna be cool. Because nobody's mentioned anything about it. Not one mention of the PEDs was mentioned. Now, when Canelo fought Triple G, they mentioned the fact that Canelo failed the test several times. They mentioned it. They're not even talking
Yeah, I
about it.
remember that.
Now,
When Devin.
in this fight right here, the thing about this, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna jump back in. I mean, I'm gonna be quiet. There are legal ramifications because if during that fight, let's say Devin Haney would have slipped into a coma, don't you know that Ryan Garcia would be in jail right now?
No,
He'd be
no, he
locked up.
wouldn't. Because
Yes, he
they
We
would.
have
Yes,
don't.
he would. Yes, he would
definitively
be.
We don't
proved.
know.
He would
No,
be in
they
jail.
have
Yes, he would.
We don't
definitively
know that for
proved
sure.
based off the amount that was in his system, it
No,
wasn't
ma'am.
based off the amount that was in his system, it wasn't enough to give him an advantage.
He be
They
in
would
jail right
have
now.
Yeah.
to
He'll definitely probably be in jail. I do
they
agree
would
with
have
Dennis.
to definitively prove that was a reason why, y'all. You can't just throw nobody in jail like that
No,
for that.
not really.
Yeah, and this
If you
wasn't.
fail,
Yeah,
if you fail a PED test and somebody gets killed, they're gonna charge you with assault.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
Because
charged with
But you
assault.
have
you
to
broke
have
the
the
regulation. It's
PEDs
about
in your
breaking the
system,
regulations,
though,
right?
bro. He had he has to have the PEDs in the system
Did
enough
you
to
not
cause that
did you
amount of
No.
not see the saline solution that he was using to flush his system out?
Yeah.
Then why he ain't get in trouble then?
he
He
did
got
get
in
in trouble. He
trouble.
got a
He
year
got suspended for a
He
suspension.
whole
didn't get
year.
in trouble,
If
but that's not
if
but
Devin
not
Haney
if
would have
he
slipped into a
got
coma,
in
Ryan
trouble
Garcia would have
for
been charged with assault. And they would have locked him up.
Yeah, that's
okay.
true.
How come they didn't do that to that nigga that dude that beat up Sam Judah like that? They put him in the hospital. He tested for drugs. Ain't nothing happened to him.
Maybe they didn't pursue it. They should have pursued. They could have.
And I
You
think
could.
that
You
we're getting
definitely
things a
can.
little misunderstood because Devin was suspended for failure to disclose the supplements. He was not suspended for PED use. So we need to stop saying that.
What does that mean?
He
What are
failed.
we
That
talking about?
he
He
used
failed
the
the test.
Yeah,
supplements that
He
he was
failed for
and
us.
taking.
therefore he tested positive, so
Listen,
that's why he got suspended.
why was he suspended?
He failed
For
to
failure to disclose. Stop
yes,
saying he
and
was suspended
which is
PEDs. He was
illegal,
not.
and therefore that led to him
Oh my
testing
God! Stop
positive.
using all of these goddamn lines.
What do you
What's
mean?
happened? He
Yeah,
got
Y'all,
suspended for
y'all
what?
acting like
Hacker,
that's
What did he
sit
something
get
down.
better or
suspended
something.
for?
I don't know
But
why
For
people
failing the
say
test. He failed the
better.
PED. He failed the test. That's why he
No,
got
he got
suspended.
suspended for failure to disclose. Look it
Which
up.
is illegal. Therefore, that's why he tests. You see how? So here's the thing. When it
Bronson
came
Hacker,
to that,
If this nigga say here's the
we're
thing one
not
more
about
time,
to
I'm
do this.
yeah,
We're not about to do this.
Hacker,
No, we're
Hacker,
not
sit
about to
down.
do
no,
this.
no.
So
Hacker,
this
sit
dude
down.
could have took so by their logic, he could have took D-ball and
No,
it'd been okay.
this
Oh.
this gets this.
I,
It's not as
that even
simple
is.
as saying, well, somebody failed a test. You need to prove that
Exactly.
you need to prove that whatever he tested positive for significantly affected the fight. Like if somebody had failed a test, like Jarrell Miller failed test for EPO, HGH, and some other shit I've forgotten the name of, something that a steroid that's used in horses. If Wright had failed for those kind of drugs, then 100% the judge would have said, yep, this guy harmed Devin Haney in ways that were blatantly illegal. But Ostarine, which is a weight cutting drug, that's where it's difficult to prove in court. But this lawsuit again, it was filed because the Haneys they didn't know what to do, and Devin, I don't know whether people don't know whether it was Bill who filed the lawsuit or Devin or somebody else in the team, and then Devin says, "Oh, it was because we want money," and then it was to try and enforce the rematch. Now the rematch is going to happen, assuming that they both win their fights, and the lawsuit hasn't been dropped yet. I mean, if it had been dropped, it would have been front page news. It's all just the lawsuit was just the Haney's trying to get back at Ryan Garcia, and Garcia's just a drugged up alcoholic schizo who says I'll beat him up worse next time. Then he says I won't take the rematch. It's all just theater at the end of the day.
So
we got
so
Sid
one thing about that,
Ironheart on the panel. Shout out Sid Ironheart. Sid Ironheart, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What up, everybody? I just wanted to say, I'm saying, as far as, just chime in right on what y'all talking about. I'm pretty sure that one factor in the matter is that this is a civil case because the Haneys feel like they had that Ryan did something criminal to them. If the state picked it up or something like that, then there could be no settlements or nothing like that could really take place. But because it's a civil case, there's more flexibility in the interaction between both parties without it really touching, any legal ramifications or anything like that. So I think that that's a big factor, as well as the fact that I think 2 Cent or somebody has said the amount of Ostarine, which also would be indicative of criminal intent, or if this was just like they concluded it was a tainted supplement. So that because it was a tainted supplement and it was such a minuscule amount, they cannot say that this guy had malicious intent to hurt or, harm anybody within the event. So I think that that's pretty much why everything is playing out the way it's playing out right now.
Well, to clarify,
All right,
I thought the supplements were not tainted. That's been debunked.
No,
There was
yeah,
no
that was
tainting of the
debunked,
supplements.
they didn't
Supplements were
find
not. They were not tainted.
No
Just
criminal charges have been pressed. Nobody. The state has not picked it up as a criminal case. So therefore, nobody could go if the experts have not said themselves that this is with criminal intent. Then it's just pretty much fan lore for anybody to say that, oh, he's a cheater and he did something to take to have a competitive edge on somebody when they've done the investigation and concluded that there was no competitive edge that could be gained based on the amount. That's what determines intent.
That's not exactly
Shout
true.
out, hold on,
Where did you get that from?
shout out A So Stan with
Hey,
the
that sounds like a bunch of malarkey right there, bro.
Look at the
y'all.
hell up. This is why they investigate.
Let me get my super chat. Shout out A So
Pardon
Stan
me.
with the $4.99 in the super chat. He says 2 cents. If someone lies, kick them off the panel. Shout out A So Stan. No, they're allowed to keep their lies as long as they don't talk over nobody. As long as they don't talk over nobody, they can stay on the
Let me
panel.
just speak on what you just said. So one thing you have to know when it comes to if Ryan cheated or not, the fact that he got charged with failed to disclose
I don't really want to talk
is
about
still
this for too
cheating
much
because
longer.
it's against the rules. You have to disclose. So the fact that got charged to him is still cheating. And that's why
that what got charged to him.
Yeah, failed to disclose. That's still cheating. You didn't disclose what you're taking. That's still cheating. That
send me the location, man. I send you some Kleenex, man.
No, if not, then he would never spend a year suspended. If he didn't do anything wrong, he would never got suspended. Also, when it comes to intent is always hard to prove because it's subjective. It's not really about the amount, because I could also say even if I'm taking like an enormous amount of steroids, I could be like, oh, I didn't know, I had no idea.
Watson Hacker, we're not about to argue
Yeah,
with this.
no,
bro.
I mean, people are making this argument based on like,
it
wasn't a useful amount. You can't make it so.
I have the experience. I have experiences.
Let's just clarify
My
something
fault.
real quick, because a lot of things are being said they're not correct.
We
right?
don't care. We don't care about that.
Wait, it's not correct what people are saying. Like, we don't know how the Austrian affected
Mute him
Ryan.
and boot him.
So, so people are saying bad information, and we.
This nigga can't even.
Hey, what you mean bad information? I don't give no misinformation. You can challenge me on whatever. I frequent courtrooms.
Hey, I want to give you one little pushback, and we can move on. It's been Ostarine does help tremendously. Bodybuilders been
That's a friendly ass drug, brother. I got. You know what I'm saying I got
Bro,
nutritional.
go back, bro. They got studies on this stuff that were done 10 years ago, man. I ain't even. So what are you talking about, man? Ostarine has been around for a
I
long
seen
time.
it.
It helps, man.
It helps with weight. It helps with keeping strength while.
It helps you build muscle too. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
That minuscule amount
for fighters is better for when you're weight cutting, though.
If that minuscule amount put.
Let me say this: the boxing world does not care about Ryan Garcia using Ostarine. He's about to headline a card for a championship fight, and he's allegedly making $20 million, while Devin is on his undercard. The nigga he allegedly cheated. So
allegedly,
he don't care. He not worried about it. Neither am I.
I'm with that.
I say something?
It is what it is. Huh?
What's up, Terrence? Best videos.
Listen, I like Sin because Sin came on here and from the past times we talked. I know like he's a Bud hater and he's a Shakur hater, so he's openly saying, "Bro, I hope these niggas lose every time they fight." And I get it. I like that because you're honest. Listen, you're honest, and I like that. But you know what I don't like? I don't like sneak haters. That on the low, they'll say, "Oh yeah, Shakur probably going to win the fight," but on the low, they like, "Oh my God, I hope he lose. I hope he lose. I hope he loses." And then when he don't lose the fight, or Shakur look good, they sad and stuff. That's it. I'm like, if you don't like Shakur, just say you want him to lose, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He likes that. We like that. Shakur fan, we want you to want him to lose because we want you to be real sad when he go out there and beat the crap out of people like he's going to beat the shit out of Zepeda. I'm putting money on a knockout, nothing else. On a knockout. He going to knock Zepeda out. Zepeda's a bum. Zepeda's a bum. He going to knock him out. Hey, I'm telling you, he's going to knock him out, bro. It's a different world. They're not in the same class. Shakur and Zepeda not in the same class, bro. I don't know why y'all think that boy going. I don't know why y'all think Zepeda is in the same class with Shakur. He's not.
Hold on.
He's not.
It's two people I'm not betting on a knockout no more for, and that's Clarissa Shields and Shakur Stevenson. I'm not never putting no more money on them for a damn knockout. I've lost so money betting on them to get freaking knockouts that I'm not doing
stop
it.
using words like that, yo. Come on, because y'all misleading the people. Y'all say stuff like knockout.
Winning is all that
this.
matters
Like,
to me.
that's bleeding as hell.
If they're winning, that's what matters. If Cliss is winning, she's winning. Core winning.
Yeah, but don't say knocked out and beat the fuck up. Like those words don't even belong in the same sentence with the court.
Let's just say winning.
They're not that caliber of fighter. They're not that caliber of fighter.
Honest, man.
Hey, so did he beat Artem the fuck up? Did he beat
beat him the fuck up.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
he definitely did.
And you just allowed him to cap right here in front of us, live
He
on
beat the hell out of
us.
Artem. What are we talking about?
Can I say something just real quick, man?
Everybody entitled to their own 2 cents, no matter how dumb
what
it
Manny Pacquiao did to Margarito, that's a demolition job right there.
2 cents.
What's up?
Can I say something real quick, right? I keep hearing y'all keep thinking that somebody dominated a fight because they knocked somebody out, right? But I said,
nobody ever said
wait, hold on,
that.
That's what y'all are saying.
Hold on. Can I talk? Like I said on Knockout, or y'all could go and look it up. Cotto said, even though he got knocked out by Manny Pacquiao or whatever, it was Cotto, my family. He said, even though he got knocked out by Manny Pacquiao, he said fighting Floyd Mayweather was so hard because he went through 12 rounds of that shit. Just keep getting hit, not hitting him, and all that stuff. That shit frustrates your mind. So all that you get knocked out, a nigga rather get knocked out in the first round than get beat for 12 rounds straight. I don't know where y'all for that or fight, but come on, man. You don't even sound right, man.
I would say it depends on.
Hold on, Sin. Let me respond. First of all, I'm not of the belief that you got to knock somebody out to dominate. I'm not of that belief at all. I'm just and I'm not saying Shakur's not being dominant in a fight. But I'm just asking, when is he beating the shit out of people, and when is he beating people ass like that? I don't see that. How is he doing that and being a defensive fighter at the same time?
So what did he do to Artem then?
He did not beat the shit out of Artem, bro. Remember, he kept saying, "I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that," and he didn't do none of that shit. And Artem and there was
wait, hold on. Let me say
I've
something.
heard multiple times.
Wait, hold on, Hacker.
Beat the shit out of him to
Hold
me.
on, Hacker. He didn't say he was going to knock him out before the fight. He said that in the fight, talking to his corner. He didn't say that.
And it still didn't happen though.
That's
but
what
it
I'm
didn't
saying.
happen,
Like,
Rich.
if I don't knock him out, I'm gonna retire. If I don't knock him out, and that's cool. He didn't knock him out. I ain't tripping. I'm just saying. You think? To me, I didn't feel like he beat the shit out of Artem. That's not what I walked away with from that fight.
And when you beat the shit out of somebody, that person is not supposed to leave there looking like they can go straight to the club. They shouldn't look like that if you beat the shit out of them.
Artem doesn't look like he go straight to the club.
That's a lie, bro.
Man, I could look at a fire. I could look at a fire, right? I could look at a fire or a fight, in metaphorically speaking. I could look at a fire and know when it's too big to put out, and know when I could just get a bucket of water and put that shit out. Every Shakur, Crawford, whatever fight, it looks like something that I can get a bucket of water and put that out. I can walk right in between them. Excuse me, guys. Grab this off the aisle and walk out and be unscathed. Like, I don't register danger when I look at a Shakur fight. That's hilarious. So, I mean, I don't know where y'all get y'all, perspective from, but I just don't see it. I think that he needs to fight somebody that could really press him and bring that dog out of him. But I don't really think no dog is there. I just think he's going to find out what he's not.
So what you saying about that Zepeda fight then?
I'm saying that Zepeda ain't nobody to measure, to use as a measuring stick.
At least you already got what you gonna say after the fight.
Fam, I wouldn't buy that fight. Hold on.
Hold up. Guys, I think y'all need to be extremely careful with what y'all are saying right now, because if all of y'all are sitting up here talking about Zepeda ain't this, Zepeda ain't that, then what do that make Shakur? That means he ain't fighting no competition.
No, that's
how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like I wouldn't buy this.
Look, what y'all gonna say? That's why.
Being honest.
Okay, then who should he
I
fight?
told you what I was gonna say. Don't.
I would not buy this fight.
So don't do that.
Who should he fight, Sin?
I would not buy this fight with boxing hacker money.
You got bad feedback.
I want to hear it.
Hey, what do y'all want us to lie and say Zepeda's good and he's not? We don't lie. We don't lie. Shakur fans don't lie.
All the damn time. Shut your
we don't lie. We weren't going to say Schofield was good. He wasn't. Shakur would have beat the crap out of him. Bro, I don't lie. I don't lie.
I asked you to stop using words like that.
Damn, you lying to yourself saying that shit.
Hey, Terrence, at the end of the day, they all right, but Shakur will make them look so bad that they gonna get back on these channels to say these guys not good.
No, when I say that,
I'm the one saying that. Y'all are.
Y'all
are the one saying that. I'm not saying that. Y'all are.
Channels. They gonna get back on these channels and say these people with some trash. They was this.
Yeah, they gonna say the same thing I'm saying. Right. Rich, right.
Y'all heard what I said in a minute.
That's what they gonna say, Rich. I'm saying it now.
This a friendly ass fight. I ain't buying no friendly ass fight.
I'm saying it now, but they gonna say it after the fight. You're right, Rich. They say it after the. He was a bum.
I'm not gonna say
I'm
that.
saying it now.
I think Shakur would probably be a 10-1 favorite in that fight. He'd probably be 10-1.
Not for the stoppage. I'm betting on the stoppage, homie. I'm betting on the
stoppage. He can't beat the top fighters though. Like people can knock him out too. So I'm just being honest. Zepeda sucks.
He can't say
I ain't gonna say he don't suck like that. He kind of be like a rugged fighter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's probably like a C plus level fighter.
He's just a real Mexican, man. That's all.
We got somebody new on the panel. Shout out Mexican. Hold on, Rich. Shout out JB Sports on the panel.
What's up, JB Sports?
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
What you got for the show?
As far as Shakur versus Zepeda, that's a good fight for Shakur. I would say Zepeda probably is a top 7 lightweight. You know, if I had to rank them, you probably got Tank. What you got? Tank, Shakur, Loma, Keyshawn.
That's it at 35.
Then you probably got Zepeda right there. Zepeda, Lamar Roach. I'll probably put Lamar Roach 5 and then maybe Zepeda, Moritalia. He's definitely top 7. But it'll be a good win for Shakur if he beats a guy like Zepeda. You know, you got to give him credit for beating a guy that's one of the top guys in the division. You know, he's kind of, you know, he's flat-footed guy coming forward, not with a lot of defense, coming straight line. So Shakur ought to be able to pick him apart. But one thing about Zepeda, he let his hands go, and the only way he can win the fight is he got to overwhelm Shakur with his volume of punches. You got to hope that the judges is looking at a guy that's coming forward throwing a lot of punches. He might not be landing a lot of punches, but with him being an aggressive guy throwing a lot of punches, maybe you might have a judge that like that style of fighter. That's his best bet to win a decision, a controversial decision. He ain't gonna stop Shakur. He not gonna really outpoint Shakur or even win the fight, but he got just hope that, you know, people looking at him with the volume output and him being the aggressive fighter. Some judges favor guys that coming forward, letting their hands go. But I just think that you know, Shakur gonna pick him apart. He's gonna be hitting them with the cleaner, more effective punches, and I think he's gonna be actually picking them apart and you know, basically putting on an exhibition against him. But we'll see though. It's a good opponent. You can't knock it.
But you can't put Mark Roach as a top fighter at 135.
I can't knock it, man. We're not talking. I can't knock that fight, man, with Zepeda. I just know how the haters what they gonna say after the fight. I can't knock it. I agree with you, man.
Yeah. That's a good assessment. Good assessment.
Yeah. I just know where.
Well, I already told you what I was gonna say, Rich. So don't put me in that category because I already told you if he beats him, actually fights him, I will give him the credit he deserves because he's gonna need it. So I will gladly give it to him.
When he beats Tank, that's what I want to know. What's the same guy?
You gonna wake up and we gonna still be talking the same shit.
You want Fairy Island? Like, what are you talking about?
He gonna walk down the Tank.
You gonna wake up from that shroom trip and we gonna be talking that same shit.
Devin Haney beat Shakur easy, man.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Come on, coach.
Brother.
You know, one thing you say he's gonna win the fight. I don't see him winning the easy. You might say you might outpoint him because he's longer, might keep him on the outside, and maybe win a decision. It's gonna be a boring fight, but
it's gonna be one hell of a pillow.
I got Dev all day against Shakur.
It's gonna be one hell of a pillow fight. I'll tell you that. One hell of
You ain't lying. Both their asses gonna be asleep, and me included, watching that shit.
Shakur's gonna be the best fighter at 135. Y'all gonna see
that's gonna be a fight for the 6 times fans.
He is. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna be like, okay, Boxing Hacker was right.
Get off your knees.
Hey, yo, we'll never say that in life. What the hell wrong with you?
Hey, listen, the only fight
find another excuse.
Never say that shit in life. Boxing Hacker was right.
Hey, believe it or not, the only person I can see giving Shakur any type of go is at 135, 140 is Gary Antoine Russell.
Yeah,
and it's just the way that he fights.
That'll be a hard fight.
After all this time off, you think he can give him a fight?
The way that he fight, and it's the way his skill level is too.
Gary Antoine Russell is done, y'all.
Oh, yeah, Gary. I thought you were talking about Mr. Gary. You're talking about Gary Antoine. My bad.
Yeah. Gary Antoine Russell, and I'm saying the way his skill level is, like.
Oh, Gary Antoine Russell stops.
Yeah, that's the only person between 135 and 140 that probably could like. Probably like, damn, I'm gonna step back on this fight.
No,
Who is Gary Antoine gonna fight? Because
that'll be the fight that'll get him respect.
Matthias. So who is Gary Antoine? I wonder what's gonna be his next fight because everybody was thinking he was gonna run it back with Prelo, but they say Prelo fighting
Prelo fighting Matthias. Yeah.
That's gonna be on the undercard of that Shakur Zepeda card.
That should be the co-main event right there. That fight should be the co-main. Shakur should be the main, and that Berlanga shit should be the third fight.
Yeah, that, like you said, that Prelo Zepeda. That might be the fight of the year. That might be the fight of 2025. That's gonna be fire right there.
Morale.
Now, Matthias versus Prelo. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. That's gonna be a fire fight.
He gonna get stopped, man. I believe he gonna get stopped.
But Prelo probably keep him at distance, though.
He getting stopped. You call him Prelo?
Man, whatever that nigga.
I think the year's still early. He gonna have a lot of candidates.
He keep calling you Boxing Lacquer or whatever the hell he called you.
Hey man,
Matthias, he kind of like Zepeda though. He coming straight forward, straight line, no head movement. You know, if Prelo got his boxing game in a fight, a smart fight, he can beat them. Them guys, you really can. A boxer can really beat them type of guys coming with the pressure, straight line. Not too much defense, flat-footed, throwing a lot of punches, not coming in behind the jab. Guys that can really box can really pick those guys apart. So, Prelo, I don't know if he on that level as far as a pure boxer, but It's gonna be an interesting fight though. Because Matthias, he definitely gonna bring it, but guys that can box. You see what Perro did. Perro ain't one no great boxer, but he could box good enough to beat Matthias. So it's gonna be a good fight.
What y'all think about Gabriela Fundora? Did y'all see her fight?
I didn't. I fell asleep. I'm gonna watch it though. I heard
Was she good?
She did good. I seen.
I heard
did
he beat her up.
That girl like
Man.
what, 111 pounds.
That's
She
crazy.
got to move up. She tall for that weight. She got to move up. She kind of tall. She need to start moving up. We need to get up there with where the money is. The money up there with Katie and Serrano. Fedora, she got to move at least with Bumgarner. She got to move up. There ain't no money out there with
Money Khalif to come into that division, come into women's boxing.
Man, she's stopping everybody down there. Let her stop everybody down there and go get undisputed in all them little weight divisions, and then go up there and make a big fight with somebody.
You talking about Money Khalif?
Because she was on the zone after dark last night. She wasn't even really on regular zone. I was trying to pick that fight. I was like, God damn, I couldn't even pick it up. She on the zone after dark. So she got to
I fell
definitely.
asleep. I couldn't take it no more.
Yeah, she wasn't on that regular zone. She wasn't on that zone like Boots and them. She wasn't on that zone. She was on that zone after dark.
What y'all think about Conwell?
I think he
Let
got
his hands go more, a little bit more.
I'm gonna tell you something. What I noticed. This just me. Maybe I'm being, maybe being conspiracy theory, or whatever. But I noticed sometimes they ain't got no problem robbing a lot of. I ain't gonna say you rob it, but if it's a close fight and they got an opportunity to take it from the black fighter, they gonna take it, man. Because I seen the fight. I think of the heavyweight fight before that. This dude from the Dominican Republic was putting hands on this dude, and they only gave that dude one round. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I said, what the kind of fight is this, man? Yeah. It was on the Golden Boy card. It's one of Oscar De La Hoya's fighters, the cruiserweight or whatever. And man, that dude was putting hands on this dude, man. They only gave the dude like one round, man.
Is it possible for?
That's what I'm saying with Shakur. He got to be careful, man. Cause man, they will take it from you. I'm telling you, if they get an opportunity to snatch one from you, they'll do it. But you got to make sure that you win.
You ain't got no protection. Like you ain't got no. See, people think that free agent stuff is really a flex in boxing. It's really not, bro.
They did the same thing to Manny Pacquiao.
Because this is the thing I wanted to say earlier. I meant to ask y'all, and maybe we'll talk about it 2 cents after dark when I go live. But if being your own quote unquote boss and not being with no promotion and being a free agent, if that was so happening and a thing to do, how come all the free agent niggas with Turkey? Because
they're not signed with him, are they?
No, they not signed to him though.
What if Turkey wasn't here? What would they be doing?
They still be doing it. Like I can't really
sitting on the shelf. That's what they be doing.
I can't really speak on. I can't really.
Yeah, he a B-side paradise. That's what he doing.
Really
Bringing them B-side guys.
But Bill Haney did David Correa good, man. I can't. You can't say nothing bad about that.
Yeah,
so David Haney really was the one that really ain't got no promoters and all them type of people and shit like that, and he did good.
That's why he had to call Turkey.
He ain't called Turkey. He doing
no,
the same thing.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Wait,
yes,
what I'm saying
he said in his interview with Cigar Talk, I don't know if you heard my review about the interview. He said he called Turkey.
Okay,
but that's a good thing, because if you was bound to an agency, you couldn't pick up the phone and call nobody.
That's all I'm trying to say.
That man got free. That man got free reign. He can do what he want to do.
If there was no Turkey, he wouldn't have nobody to even call.
See the thing is, you gotta understand.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with that.
Floyd was his own boss, but at the end of his career, but he still was with Al Heyman. Al Heyman still got a piece of that check.
Al Heyman is a financial advisor, bro. He's not a promoter.
Yeah, he's a manager, advisor. Yeah.
Yeah, advisor.
Hey, yo, two cent. You brought up a good point. I wanted to ask a question because I was thinking about that earlier, because everybody got a reputation as far as promotion wise, and as far as for the fighters that we talk about, they pretty much been around the block or have bumped shoulders across all promotion teams to know what's out there. So my thing is that with Al Heyman not having a bad reputation for doing bad business, the one thing that nobody is ever complaining about is payment or treatment over there. Nobody is really ever trashing Al Heyman. Even Canelo, who we know to be pretty biased or kind of like get his way, be a prima donna, has said that Al Heyman is the best that he's worked with. So why haven't those fighters who are over there with Turkey at the B-side Paradise, why haven't they made any why haven't they made any effort to connect with Al Heyman? Why do you feel, or does anybody feel that there is a reason why they don't try to do any type of business with Al Heyman? Do y'all feel like it's avoidance, or do y'all feel like it's just that's the way business is moving right now?
I'm sure they try to do it. I could go.
You say what?
I'll say this, Sin. What you just said, don't you find that odd? Now
I find it very odd.
I say it's odd because
sometimes out of business, brother.
And what I'm saying is odd is that we hear fighters complaining about all these other promoters. Eddie, we hear him complaining about Bob Arum, whoever. We hear fighters complain because no one's perfect. Why is no one complaining about Al? Is it because of in the NDA where they can't complain, bro? Because everybody has a complaint. Everybody has a complaint. There's no perfect person out there. So somebody should have complained about him. You're saying that he's not. He's done nothing wrong. Somebody. It's
everybody saying I want to say
AB complained about it.
He was the only one though. Out of 200 fighters, one guy out of 200. That's a good ratio.
Apologize because he said he was tripping, but I seen a whole 45-minute video of people thanking Al Heyman.
Right, right.
I think that's in your contract. That's in your contract.
Reputation.
I don't know.
He has an outstanding reputation. So I think that it's a caliber of fighters that's kind of scared to go over there because they know they're going to have to earn their keep, and they ain't going to look the same once you put them against a certain list of names. And they're not going to make it as far as how we're talking about them. We're giving them probably more press than they probably ever going to get in their careers because they really not trying to make the effort to go over there and really fight the best or prove that they're the best. They're looking for an opportunity to find a window.
Go to where?
Well, that don't make sense. Even though I don't believe
that, I think that it's honestly, I'd rather go with the other man than the brother man. Some of us self-hate, yo. Some of us self-hate. Let's call it what it is.
I think. Wait.
I don't believe that.
Al Heyman deal with white people. What are you talking about? Al Heyman take all kind of white money.
First of all, what I'm talking about is the black fighters not want to go over there.
Yeah, I see what she's saying.
To the Eddie Hearns that can't do a damn thing for them. They'd rather go to Bob Arum and then turn around and sue him for being racist. They'd rather go all the way over there than go to PBC. And even after they've been over there and they've been shitted on over there, why not go deal with your brother? But you still don't go over there.
Man, ain't nobody seen Al in 25 years, man.
But they seen them checks over there. Those checks are real.
You see all this hate?
Man, listen.
That ain't hate. That's true. Why? I mean, you can't go somebody. You can't go somewhere where they don't have any work for you. Maybe like trying to go to a job and they don't have any openings. What are you talking about?
What work did Eddie Hearn have for Shakur? What fighters did he line up for Shakur?
he got him his highest pay, man. He got him his highest pay. What are you talking about?
None of those fighters were him. None of those fighters were at Matchroom. None of those fighters were at Matchroom.
When you're boxing, you're an independent contractor. You go where the money is. You go where the work is. I can't show up to work and they don't have any work for me. It's like I'm going to a job. There's hey brother, we closed your department. We ain't got nowhere for you to work. So when I go to Pro Box, I go to Team. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me answer something real quick. Go look at Team Comeback League and go look at Pro Box. Those are guys who don't have work. That's why they're fighting on those networks right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and what is happening?
Also, PBC works with Turkey.
Let me ask something.
What that matter?
Yeah, no, I'm going to ask a point to that question. To what he just said. Let me ask to what you just said. How come everybody is because normally when I see companies go down, I normally see those employees looking for work in other places. They normally go and try to find, and seek out work, especially when they have a lot going on. They probably got a high financial demand lifestyle to keep up with. Those guys ain't complaining. It's just the people who want to see
those guys fight. But it don't seem like the company's really hurting for money. The only people who saying that the company's hurting for money is the people who's opposing, hoping that this company, gets taken down. But nobody over there is complaining. So
let me say this. Let me answer you, saying Ironheart. Let me answer. Let me try to respond to your question. Right. This is the thing. Not every fighter is fit for PBC, and not every fighter is fit for Top Rank. It really determines the determination. I think is made by a lot of what these fighters and what their goals are. Right. So you got some fighters that's looking for, hey, I wanna get paid high guarantees every fight. Like, no matter what I'm doing, I need my bread, I need my money. I ain't trying to promote. I don't care what you got going on. I need my bread.
Right.
You got some fighters that's willing to take the chance and be like, hey, I'm gonna build my name up to get to the point to where I'm making based off what I'm able to create. And when you're making based off what you're able to create, then you have unlimited income that you can reach, because you can always create a bigger fan base. You can always create more fans to come and watch your fights. But when you're at Top Rank and you get the $15 million for the 5 fights and all this other stuff, you cool with that because that's what you want. So to just be like, oh, why they ain't all go to PBC? Well, it could be several reasons why they didn't go to PBC. And you could also say, did PBC even want them there? You could ask that question also. So it's plenty of reasons. And just like you heard Adrian Broner say, yeah, PBC gonna pay you, but they gonna make you fight Godzilla. So you get paid what you weigh over there at PBC. You gotta fight competitive fights. You gotta get your name out there. You gotta become a star. You gotta make people want to watch you. And in order to do that, you gotta take risks, regardless of what everybody keeps saying about how people ain't fighting nobody and all of that. Because the truth is, if they wasn't fighting nobody, the market will let you know that they not fighting nobody. Because it ain't no way that Tank ain't fighting nobody, but he's selling out Gates and Shakur fighting all this high competition, and he on undercards.
Well, the thing about with the PBC is that
I like the way you landed that plane right there.
When Showtime went out of business, they lost a lot of their dates right there. Showtime actually had a budget for boxing, so that's why we was getting all those Showbox, Showtime Championship Boxing, and the pay-per-view events. When HBO and Showtime went out of business, and then Al Haymon used to fight on Fox also, so he's not on those networks anymore. Now he's with Amazon. So all those fighters, PBC can't even support all those fighters, even if he wanted to. You don't have enough fight dates. You only have so many fight dates during the year. If you're not that guy, you're gonna be sitting on the shelf. You gotta be prime time in order for you to stay busy with the PBC. That's why Tank stayed busy. That's why Canelo was able to go over there and get such a large bag, because he was in high demand. Why do you think those guys, that wasn't in high demand, you didn't see them? They fought once every 18 months. They didn't have no fan base.
And another thing,
he lives his fighters out to other cards, so that's not true. The ones that are not A class fighters, they're on other cards. Look at the cards that we just watched. Look at the cards that's coming up. Tell me you don't see no PBC.
Showtime's out of business. Showtime's out of business. What the
hell does that have to do with PBC?
It has a lot to do. It has a lot to do with it. When HBO and Showtime went out of business, that was huge. What are you talking about? That was a staple. No, you're not listening. Showtime was a staple in boxing. It was huge.
I'm talking about PBC fighters. You just said they sit on the shelf. I'm telling you, he's letting them go fight on other cards, so they're not on the shelf.
And another thing,
how many?
Wait,
out
hold
of the 250.
Hey, another thing.
What?
PBC.
Them dudes fighting on a lot of guys that fought on Showtime and HBO. They are on Team Combat League. I'm not being funny. I'm telling the guys on the truth. No, I'm being dead serious. I've seen guys who were actually champions who fought guys like Andre Ward, who fought on these HBO and Showtime cards, and these guys are fighting on Team Combat League right now. I've seen guys, Jared Hurd, J-Rock, they fought on Pro Box. These guys were Al Haymon fighters because they don't have any work right now. That's what I'm saying. When Showtime went out of business, that would be like taking a table and knocking off 2 legs of it. And the table's going to freaking fall. That was huge. Showtime boxing is a staple in boxing. HBO was a staple in boxing. If you lost those 2 networks, that was a big deal.
What about ESPN?
Same thing. we had Tuesday night fights, we had Friday night fights. We lost that also.
Yeah, but Top Rank lost it. They deal with ESPN about to expire. What's in in July? I think late July, July 26th. I think it's the last day.
Yeah,
So
and that's the thing. I never hear anybody talk about that. I always hear how PBC so broke. Meanwhile, Top Rank is homeless, and I don't hear nobody talking about that.
yeah, they trying to collaborate with the PBC now.
Top Rank going on 100 year, man.
And you see Keyshawn and Abdullah Mason, they signing brand deals with Turkey. You know where they going. You see where they heading to.
Look at Don King. Don King was one of the biggest boxing promoters in boxing history. Now he fell off. So everybody had their time in the sun. You know, they shine and sometimes you fall off. And I hope Showtime gets back into boxing. I heard HBO may be getting back into boxing. That would be great. That would be so much. That would be great.
Nice.
I think boxing going more towards streaming apps. I don't think they really gonna have too many network deals until they can kind of brand out a little bit, get to some of the luster that they had 10, 15 years ago. Right now they heading toward the streaming apps. So the Zone, we got Amazon Prime. That's pretty much where we're heading to,
The Zone ain't doing too good.
Places have apps now.
I think Dondra wanted the link to something else I saw in the chat.
You said the Zone not doing too good?
Hell no, they losing. Yeah, they losing. They lost $4 billion or something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was able to.
It was they got a $1.4 million though from the BIF.
Yeah, and they got Canelo over there now, so that's gonna help. That was really their lifesaver getting Canelo over there because they, like you said, they would lose money. But that bill better be.
I don't know if Canelo making all this money either, bro.
It don't matter, y'all, because if you don't know how to promote a fight, it don't matter. You got Canelo, and then you pay him the money up front. And so he don't got to promote no fight. He don't got to help sell no pay-per-views. And then you bundle in the pay-per-views. He not about to make them no profit, y'all.
Exactly.
Yeah, Canelo got to actually fight somebody for to make a profit. He ain't going to go over there and fight Benavidez.
Yeah, especially with the money he making, it's going to be hard to. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be hard for him to really make money because they paying him a whole lot of money. The guarantees they paying him a lot.
Like $100 million
to fight nobody.
Yeah. They'll make some money probably on that Crawford fight because I'm thinking that'll probably do $800,000. At least what he did with Caleb Plant, that fight to do maybe $1 million, but at least what he did with Caleb Plant, what he did $800,000. He'll do that with Crawford, so that fight probably would do numbers. But I don't know outside of that. He still has to do some other fights with Turkey. I don't see no other fight really generating any revenue outside of Crawford.
Just free money for him, man.
Turkey will never sell a million pay-per-view.
Turkey is a lick. I don't know why nobody not listening.
Yeah, he might not do. I think Canelo Crawford do $800,000. Canelo and Plant did $800,000. So I do think Canelo and Crawford at least do $800,000.
I think that'll do more.
They're gonna do a lot of stealing. They're gonna steal more. A lot of people.
Reaching for the stars.
Yeah, I think it might do $1 million. I think it might do $1 million, but it'll do at least what Canelo and Plant did.
How y'all know he ain't gonna sell it in a bundle?
Nah. That's a standalone.
That one's probably going to do the most because they're going to have it in the stadium. So I think he's going to put a lot of marketing dollars behind that. But other than that, Turkey.
But it ain't going to do shit. Go ahead, Dondrick. What's your 2 cents? What you got?
I just been hearing a whole bunch of the normal haters is still here. So just put it like that. But PBC, first of all, Showtime was getting out of all sports. So I don't know why y'all try to blame PBC like it was their fault that Showtime got out of all the sports.
Yeah,
I didn't hear nobody say that, brother.
Yeah, that's fact though. What he's saying, though, he's saying
nobody said that though.
That's what
don't cut him off. Continue, Dondrick. Let Dondrick speak. Go ahead, Dondrick.
Insinuating either way, so you didn't say it, but that's what happened because they got out of it. Because I used to do little marketing things for them. They don't do any type of sports anymore. So if you notice that, they don't have anything. So that's one thing. Then I just like, people always talk about Al Heyman. Al Heyman's been in business. He does concerts for Michael Jackson, Beyonce. He's done the biggest stars, so he knows how to throw events. That's one thing these other boxing promotions don't know how to do. They don't know how to make it an event. They can throw on a good fight, but they can't make great events. That's their problem. That's why they do a lot of things. That's why they talk to Al Heyman. A lot of these promoters talk to Al Heyman and ask him for advice. So it's not just the fighters. It's some of these promoters ask too. So it's a lot of things that go on. But I'm just here listening because I just be hearing some bullshit, and I'll be like, I'm trying not to spaz the hell out. But I'm like, yeah, ain't even worth it.
Hey, come on up here and spaz.
But people from PBC go to Turkey to work too as well, so it's so weird.
Because all right, in business, if someone's gonna put the money up for you, if you don't, and you're gonna get paid either way off the top of it, aren't you gonna send your fighter over there?
A walking lick.
Yeah, so I mean,
that's cool as hell. The UFC fighters can't do that shit.
The UFC definitely can't do that because they can't do it with the PFL or Bellator. So it's actually a great.
And that's exactly what I said. He sends his boxers other places to fight.
And that's real. That's real for a promoter to do some shit like that.
Hey, but you know,
Coach Eddie was right.
They
Coach
all
Eddie
send
was
their
right.
fighters to fight.
They got some people on Team Combat League too, but they're still signed under PBC banner. They have people on OTX. They have people in a lot of places. They're still signed with them. They just don't tell you that. They work closely with ProBox. ProBox is like one of their partner programs. That's why Lubin's over there right now. It's a lot of things that people kind of skip over.
Roach came from ProBox.
But
So
you
it's
know
like-
what you
Roach,
you know the only thing you know the only wait, hold on, Terrence. You know the only thing I was mad about PBC with is when Al Heyman and them didn't want none of their fighters to fight Terrence Crawford. That's the only thing I was mad at them about.
That was more of Bob and Bob.
That's
and,
common.
Nah,
that was a
that
Bob.
wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yes, it was because Bob wasn't willing to make the fight on his platform either. So you always try to put all the blame on PBC, but yeah,
I would a bunch of bigger fighters.
It's that self-hate I was talking about, Dondra.
Didn't Terrence Crawford sue Bob for not making big fights?
Yeah, he sued for being a racist.
Wait, hold
He
on.
sued for being a
Wait, hold on.
racist.
So that was Bob Burnford, right?
I got
When
that paperwork
you used to,
too.
when you used to look at wait, hold on. When you used to look at PBC fights, and they used to have the top 5 welterweights, right? And they wouldn't even have Terrence Crawford up there.
They did the same thing
when nigga had.
Terrence Crawford just came up. He just came up into a division. Why would a bunch of bigger fighters prioritize a small ass fighter? You know what I'm saying? Somebody who just came into a division. Like why would they do that when there's other contenders who are established in their division?
Man, come on.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, but they sent Sean Porter over there though. You forgot about the Sean Porter fight? That PBC sent him over there. ESPN.
That was the only fight. That was the only fight after Earl. I mean, before Earl Spence, man.
I think
what Sean Porter fight? Which fight? Porter versus who?
Sean Porter was with
Sean Porter versus Terrence Crawford. That was on ESPN Plus.
But we not. I'm talking about if you a boxing fan, you know back in 2016, 15, 17, 18, around them times when Terrence Crawford was at a high standing in his career. None of them ain't want to fight him, and they ain't
talking about coming
his name.
from
They could.
from
They could.
140.
They
Coming up 140.
I'm talking.
They was giving Crawford the opportunity. Crawford didn't have no opportunity for nobody. When was he marketable? When was he marketable? When was he lucrative for anybody to prioritize? As him being a smaller fighter, why would I stop my career to fight the guy coming up? And I got contenders in front of me.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Yeah. You should ask Tank about Lamont Roach when you say that.
The two other fighters that you had faith in backed out. Two other fighters that you had faith in didn't have faith in themselves.
Only one
That's
fighter,
why that fight happened.
Actually,
only one fighter, not two.
It's one confirmed, one possible. So
yeah,
it's on that. So and Shakur clearly he made a different decision because he left Matchroom for a reason. I wonder why. Because he should have never fucking been there. All right, but so let's go there. So we don't want to bring that up. It's always blame PBC. We gotta blame.
It's hilarious.
All these promoters are fucking trying to be stingy with their dollars because they know the cuts. They know what they're gonna get certain percentages. So it's like whoever throws the event is gonna get the most amount of money.
Yeah, and whoever gets the most incentives is gonna get the fighter.
Don't interrupt him. Are you done, Dondrick? He's spitting facts right now. Don't you interrupt him. You done, Dondrick?
I don't know. Yeah.
No, hell no. We're not taking no more comments from Boxing Hacker tonight.
Eddie Hearn is Eddie Hearn is winning. I mean, he not putting up no money for no event. He not doing nothing but taking a piece of your pie. That's crazy.
Straight chaperone.
Is he the link? Like why can't they just go with Turkey directly? Why did he have to go to Lou DiBella?
I don't know why he would go to Lou DiBella.
DiBella, he's just a front man. He's a front man. He just, he gonna put on events and stuff, but Turkey gonna fund it. So he's just a front man.
But that's the point. with PBC as
I
well.
can tell you why he went
Is
to
that
Lou
they're
DiBella.
taking money from these fighters and they're not doing anything anymore. That's a problem.
You're
Yeah, I
lying.
think they're all pretty lazy. I can agree with that. I think they're all goddamn lazy.
They're all pretty trash. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, seriously, I can agree with that, Terrence. They all.
That's the first time I ever agreed with Terrence. So
I'm telling you.
Listen, let me tell y'all something about this boxing space. It's gonna come a point in time where you're gonna agree with somebody you've been disagreeing with.
Nah,
if
we're
that
not doing
person
that.
Never boxing hacker. Never.
I'll never disagree with boxing hacker.
Really?
Me and boxing hacker agree on the Clarissa Shields thing.
That's
We
right.
absolutely-
And you bragging about that too, Sam?
What about Clarissa? What about Clarissa?
She was going in with Toronto. I saw that on the.
Nah, can we touch? Can somebody fill me in on the Clarissa joint real quick?
We cannot. No, we will not.
All right. If it's like that, then I won't.
Hold on, Sam Ironheart. We literally went in
boy,
with
she gonna do it anyway.
on my Friday show. So I'm not gonna bring it up here. Go back and watch the replay of my show from Friday.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, cool.
2 Cents gonna put that Krispy Kreme on it.
All I'm gonna say is Tucson had to get off her knees. We had to pick her up off her knees.
Oh no!
What?
That's diabolical, buddy. That's diabolical, Jab Queen.
Boxing had to stay on his knees, so that's not.
By the end of it,
No, no.
you know what?
Hey, man.
I'm gonna have to reconsider some things because I may be doing a little biased just because I caught her with a bad attitude one day, and ever since then I've been holding it against her. So I'm gonna have to reconsider some things and look into some
Oh
things.
boy, here we go. Now you're bringing up
You
bullshit.
turning back on Clarissa? Don't say that. Don't say that, 2 Cents.
No, I'm talking about Ty. That's what Ty was saying by the end of the show.
Oh.
But yeah, go back and listen to that thing I heard. It was a really,
it
really
was
good
good.
show.
It was a good old argument. It was a good old argument.
For sure.
Dondrick, why is he with Lou DiBella? That's what you was about to tell me.
I mean, Lou DiBella is the kind of guy who has the connections with everybody, and like he can kind of talk to everybody across the board, if that makes sense. Unlike Eddie, who he's not in the greatest standings with probably like PBC, so he can't really get the best deal if he wanted to. And then there's Jay Prince. Since he fired Jay Prince, which thank you Jesus Christ. That to me,
Dondrick, I know you don't believe that. Nobody fires Jay Prince. Dondrick, stop it.
Hey,
I ain't hear he fired you. I heard he got rid of Eddie.
I heard he got rid of him too. So I hope
He did not fire
He got rid of Eddie and James Prince.
Did you see? Hold on. Did you see what Mayweather had to do to get away from Jay Prince? You think he about to let Shakur just walk away like that? If he fired Jay Prince and he just let Shakur walk away like that without no drama, Shakur Stevenson is done. That's exactly what that means. He is not valuable at all.
That means Turkey probably gave him a bag and said, "Hey, let that man go, man."
Listen, you not letting Jay Prince go.
Yeah, I don't think he left. I think he's still his manager. I didn't hear that.
Jay Prince don't do business like that, yo.
I heard he was gone. Dan Raphael put it out, so I mean,
man,
put
that's
that up, Dan. I didn't read that. I read
that's
something.
all
It's on
he
Twitter.
say, she say shit, man.
I mean, all these reports are he say, she say. What are you talking about?
If he say,
you're never
she
gonna
say,
know. You're never gonna know the truth.
Until you hear from Shakur, Eddie Hearn, or Jay Prince, it's he say, she say, man.
Yeah, go to the article right there. I think he got rid of it.
That's an article. I read shit in the front page, and that shit.
Bro, you're not gonna believe anything because you're never gonna know the truth, and they be lying. That's the problem.
I
Stop
said
believing
that.
these people, man.
We
Stop
know they
believing
lie.
these people.
Okay, we know they lie. So what makes you believe this guy?
Because
Ask him that question.
Is pretty. This is kind of his responsibility.
You just said they all be lying.
They all be lying, but
said all
you
they
gotta
be
believe
lying.
Dan
I'm talking
Raphael.
about. First of all, I was talking about Jay Prince. Them. I wasn't talking about Dan Raphael. I'm not talking about sports reporters who you literally put their word on the line. If they're wrong, they usually come back and have that.
Integrity. Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's different in journalism. It's different in journalism. Not just a boxer coming out here and saying. It ain't like Shakur came out here and said, "Oh, I did this." And I'm like, "Nigga, you capping?" No, Dan Raphael. He usually has great reports. Sometimes he's wrong. Okay, but I have to take his word for it because this is what I'm hearing
How
at the
much y'all
moment.
want to bet? If Shakur Stevenson say he left Jay Prince, he acted.
Nah, he might have cut that 10% down to 2%. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
shit.
Hey, man, you tripping?
Not without repercussions.
But hey, he said instead of getting the 10% guarantee from the guarantee, he probably get 2% from his overall.
Do you believe Rick Glazier too?
Now. We cooking with grease over here, baby. We got them.
Dondrick.
Come on.
Well, Rick Glazer got his information from probably Dan Raphael, probably.
So yeah, so we should believe Rick as well then.
I don't believe nothing until I see
You
it,
just
man.
say anything, boxing hacker.
A lot of times, manager get up to 30%. A manager can get up to 33%.
The one thing about Jay Prince fighters, most of his fighters are with Top Rank though. So when Shakur left Top Rank, it was kind of.
Coach Eddie? You said
Hold
how much?
Hold on, y'all. Shout out Mr. Greg with the $5 in the super chat. He says, "Good morning, 2 cents and chat family. I hope you all enjoyed your Easter. I will see you on Tuesday." Shout out Mr. Greg.
Okay. Now what you say, Coach Eddie? They get how much?
I said some managers get up to 33%.
That's crazy work.
Well, that's how we run.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. If man, Shakur Stevenson most likely in debt with Jay Prince. He ain't just letting him. He ain't just letting him go without no types of money, nothing.
Yeah,
No, it ain't like that. It ain't. I keep telling you, man. That shit costs money. You using somebody's gym. You bringing your family to somebody's gym. All the Airbnbs and all them houses that he let him use down in Houston and all that shit, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta make that shit make sense, man. Come on,
But mostly all the James Prince fighters were with Top Rank though. When Shakur left Top Rank, I was kind of like he still kept James Prince, but he don't really work outside of Top Rank though. You notice all his fighters, James Prince fighters, are with Top Rank. He ain't got too many. He don't have any fighters that with any other promoters.
Yeah, they got a good little laundering operation over there.
Top Rank give the highest guarantee up front, don't he? Don't Bob Aaron give the highest guarantee? Yeah.
That's guarantee up front. But listen, we've been.
No, that's a friendly extortion.
Hold on, y'all. Give me a second.
What the hell's the difference, Rich?
Top Rank is good as far as developing fighters coming out of the Olympics, coming onto the scene. They do a good job of building fighters, but they can't really take fighters to the next level like a PBC. People like that.
That's why they be leaving them.
Yep, that's why they leave. They get to a certain point and they can't.
Taking all his money because they try to rob him. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, Pacquiao left, De La Hoya left. Just look at the Mayweather left. All when they left, their careers went to the next level with another promotional company.
Yeah.
So how come Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson ain't going to a next level with their career? You got Terrence Crawford big in the fight Canelo, big in the fight Canelo, and in the 54 division, and then you got Shakur Stevenson on Berlanga undercard. Like, what are we talking about? But listen, I've been on here.
You say Berlanga undercard, You say really come to see Berlanga, even though Shakur gonna headline. It's Berlanga card.
No, it's Berlanga is headline. Sorry. Berlanga.
Berlanga Sharice gonna be the main event. I thought so. Shakur and Zepeda not gonna be the main event. That what you're saying?
No. Yes.
Oh my bad. I ain't catch that.
He's still an undercard shorty.
Shiraz is Turkey's guy. So
but what I was hearing though, I heard that Zepeda Shakur is the main event. Don't get it twisted now. But Berlanga Shiraz is not the main event. It's Shakur and Zepeda. That's the main event.
Are you sure? I heard it was the other way around.
It's not.
Yeah, go to Ring Magazine Twitter page. It's Shakur Zepeda is the main event.
Of course, Ring Magazine put that out there, but I don't see why he would do that.
That's not what I seen.
Rise is his guy.
Not what I've seen either.
Yeah, the fight is in New York too. Yes, it'll be Shakur. I know Berlanga from New York too, but Berlanga just was on the undercard fight his last fight. So Shakur Zepeda is the main event.
JB, let me tell you something. I'm talking 2 C's can get this out of the way. Shiraz is Turkey's guy, and they have Canelo, and they need Canelo for another opponent. Guess who do they want to win?
Oh yeah, Shiraz. He gonna beat Berlanga. Berlanga ain't that good.
Guess what? To make that fight bigger, guess who they gonna put on his first main event?
Shiraz.
Come on now.
I don't think. From what I see, Shakur Zepeda gonna be the main event, man. They've been talking about this fight since early this year. They're not gonna put Berlanga. In New York too. Shiraz, man. Nobody knows Shiraz like that. They know Zepeda. Zepeda got a name, a little bit of name here in the U.S. You know, Berlanga was on a main event card with Canelo, who's supposed to be the face of boxing. So, but ain't nobody know Shiraz. So Shakur Zepeda, they know they two of the top fighters at 135. That's gonna be the main event in New York. Shakur from Newark, New Jersey. So yeah, it's gonna be that's gonna be the main event.
That's the problem. He's not from New York.
He's from Houston. He really live out here. But I'm just saying,
so
he's born and raised.
Who's there? Who stays in New York?
Yeah, Berlanga from New York, right?
Okay, then you keep going against your own common sense.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but Shakur Zepeda's a bigger fight, though. There ain't no bet on the line for no Berlanga and Shiraz. So what bet on the line?
Hold on, we just about to have somebody look it up. Hey, all the 2 centers in the chat, we're gonna have somebody look it up and just put the link. Is Berlanga headlining the card or is Shakur headlining the card? We don't gotta argue about something we could just look up.
It's Berlanga. Berlanga and Shiraz, then Shakur is next, and then it's what's that man name? A couple other people, and then
We talking about David Morrell's on the
last.
card. Morrell's on the card. He fights some
Morrell
guy
is
you never
last,
heard of, Kataz or whatever his name is.
Kataz can fight, bro.
Whatever.
Oh, he might be. I ain't. He might be good. A lot of them guys come over there. They be good. They have about 5 fights, but they have a extensive amateur background. They come in and play. Look at Majumov. He came in, did well in 10 fights, got a bill. So he might be good. Abdullah, what his name is, he's had about 8 or 9 fights. He about to fight for a world title.
Did Majumov win that belt or was he emailed that belt? Did he win that belt?
He won that belt. He beat that Russian guy, that Russian Olympian. He beat him for the belt. Yeah. He was undefeated too. It was 2 undefeated guys fighting.
Okay. Yeah. So all right, listen, check me out. We've been on here 2 hours and 50 minutes, which is 50 minutes longer than I'm normally on Sunday because I'm normally on from 5 to 7. So we gonna go around the panel, let everybody get their final 2 cents off, and y'all can join me again Tuesday night, 10 p.m. or is it 10:30? I can't remember what time I start on Tuesdays. I'm sleepy,
It's
y'all.
10:30
But
if I'm not mistaken.
10:30. All right.
Yeah.
Send Ironheart. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey man, Shakur trash, Crawford trash. They gonna stay on B-side paradise. Them boys are soft as hot butter. And salute to y'all, man. Much love to y'all. Always great talking to y'all. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, and a delight to the panel, might I add. I'm gonna need to clip that, Shakur trash. I'm gonna need to clip that. Oh man,
with his controversial 2 cents on the show.
Hilarious.
I mean, we have people on. Just listen. We have all kind of people that come on the panel with all kind of different perspectives and opinions. And as long as they don't be disrespectful and over talk each other, no matter how ridiculous, far off it sound, everybody's entitled to their own 2 cents over here. Boxing Hacker, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yo, what's up, 2 cents? Salute to the panel in the chat. Hey, so first off, I'm really excited for this Phil Fury card. I mean, we didn't talk about too much today, but I think that's probably going to be one of the best cards of this year. Like just seeing the lineup on that card.
Oh my God.
Look at the hate already. But
get off your knees.
I do expect Devin to make a comeback. I also Ryan, like you said, Ryan does look okay, like in the little media workouts. But I don't think the Rolly fight's gonna be a walkover for Ryan. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. You know, people are just sort of counting Rolly out, but they have history and they always change. When you have history with somebody, that normally changes things. You know, even though you might be skillfully better, but that history might, linger on.
Land your plane.
Jesus,
relax. The peanut gallery, relax, guys. As far as the Shakur situation, I don't know what to make of if he left Matchroom or not, but I mean, good thing is that we're getting the fights we want from him. He's actually getting the fights Zepeda, and hopefully we can get him in, who at the end of the year. That's what my hope is for that fight. Like hopefully Zepeda, Shakur gets past Zepeda, Tank gets past Roach, and we get the Mega 135 fight, so we can all stop arguing with each other, and everybody can admit that I'm right for once and for all. With that, I'm out, y'all. Salute to the panel in the chat.
All right, Boxing Hacker, thank you for coming
Good riddance.
Ty, why you do Boxing Hacker like that?
Stinking up the panel. Get up out of here.
Coach Eddie, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show? Big Supreme, come close us out.
Yeah, close them out here. Close the church doors, Big Supreme. But at the end of the day, a lot of these fighters, man, they got to get it. They got to get it while they're getting this good. You know what I mean? The boxing landscape has changed. With the streaming, networks going out of business. It's been a whole shakeup. Turkey's been putting a lot of bread in people's pocket right now. That's a good thing for the fighters at the end of the day, because you got to have somewhere to box. A lot of times these guys with their own promotion companies, that's just like a tax write-off or LLC. They're not really it's promotion on paper. I just put it like that. When you join yourself to a promotion company or a manager, managers have been known to get up to 33% of a fighter's purse because you're making an initial investment. The managers, is a lot of times they're paying these fighters before they even start making money. They're paying for their opponents. They're making sure that the fighters, get paid, have a monthly stipend, have transportation, places to live. So it's a return on their investment, but it's all legal. Because once you sign that paperwork, it says a lot of times 33 and a third. That's no different than an artist like TLC sold millions and millions of records, but they didn't have any money because they signed a bad deal. But it's not a bad deal when you don't have anything. So it is what it is. I mean, I think a lot of these fighters, if you get $1 million, they might leave with $350,000 once they get to paying everybody. 33 for your manager, 10% for your trainer, and 20-something% for the IRS. Literally, like 60% of your purse is gone before you even touch it. But that's just my 2 cents. Like I say, hey, looking forward to the fights coming up, and that's the name of the boxing. Muhammad Ali said it's a thin line between the athlete and the slave, and Kurt Flood said the same thing. And you have to. I don't knock any fighter for trying to better himself or going where he needs to go to feed his family, whether he's a main event, co-main event, whatever. Sometimes you just gotta get on the card, because it's a lot of guys that can't even get on the card right now. Hey, look at Demetrius Andrade. That dude came by a fight. You know what I'm saying? That dude been sitting on the shelf for a long time. So
I don't know what Andrade did to folks.
He can't get a fight. The dude ain't got but one loss. He's still a decent fighter. He can't get a fight. So it's like
you never know what is. That might be the problem.
Yeah, you can't get a fight. So like I say, these guys, man, they gotta do good with their money. Stop buying all this fake jewelry. You know what I'm saying, man, bro? Please stop it with the fake jewelry. Letting these people trick y'all out your money. AB got tricked out of millions and millions of dollars, man. And now he's shooting bad. Probably gonna wind up in prison. It ain't looking good. So, I mean, that's I'm gonna land my plane right there. But hey, salute to your panel.
All right, Coach Eddie, thank you for coming up. JB Sports, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
All right, salute to 2 cents. Salute to the co-host, Job Queen Boxing. Salute to the panel. Looking forward to the May 2nd card up in Times Square, where they drop that apple, where they bring in the new year. What they used to call it Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve. Looking forward to that fight because a lot of questions are going to be answered. We're gonna find out if my boy Ryan Garcia's power is real, because he got caught with the PDs, after the Devin Haney fight. We're gonna find out, does he do he really have that power, or was it manufactured? We're gonna find out about Devin Haney's punch resistance. He got dropped at least 5 or 6 times against Ryan Garcia. He took a lot of punishment in that fight. Will he be able to bounce back for taking a tremendous amount of damage in that fight? We're gonna find out about Teofimo Lopez. His kryptonite being when he fought guys that can box, guys that have technical skills, guys that can fight and move on the outside. Well, he's gonna fight a guy that feels that type of accolades that I just mentioned in Barbosa. Is he gonna be able to finally learn how to cut off the ring and beat a guy that knows how to box, a guy that knows how to stay behind the jab and hit you with the 1-2? So a lot of questions gonna get answered in that Fatal Fury card May 2nd in Times Square. So I'm much looking forward to that card in New York going down in a couple of weeks. Salute.
All right, JB Sports, thank you for coming up.
Appreciate
Don
you.
Dricknell, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Thank you 2 ladies for letting me come up here. Just wanted to spread the gospel, and I'm happy about all this news coming out. More fights, the better it is for me. And I ain't got to spend no money on Saturday except on fights. So I'm happy about that. And hopefully more good news comes out this week. Hopefully Tank finally releases them goddamn tickets so I can buy mine. Jesus Christ, nigga. I'm tired of waiting. So, hey, but I hope y'all have a good night. See y'all on Tuesday.
Good night.
All right, Don Dricknell. Mr. Greg, what happened? Where'd you go? Come back. I definitely want to hear your 2 cents. All right, Don Dricknell, thank you for coming up.
I just
Jab.
saw him on the panel.
I don't know what happened. Mr. Greg, come back. Jab Queen Boxing, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Lord. I mean, we didn't really get into the interviews that Bill and Devin did. I guess we'll save those for next time. But as far as the cards coming this week, I mean, I thought I heard echo. I completely understand what Coach Eddie is saying. You know, they got to feed their family any way they can. I really do hope that Shakur finds a way to get these men out of his pocket if they're not necessarily needed there, you know, and hopefully he figures out the path that he wants to take for his career, because these undercards just ain't it. I mean, unless you're putting on an extremely dazzling performance, you're going to remain there, honestly. So hopefully, you know, things turn around for him. Hopefully he wins this fight in spectacular fashion. Berlanga, Lord help me. I don't know what I hope about that fool. But outside of that, we got a lot going on. I didn't get to see Fundora, man. I fell asleep, so I don't really have anything on that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We had some real good conversation about the cards and who we think will win. So hopefully, you gonna bet on them? I think I'm gonna try my hand on some bets. But
we'll see.
Yeah, maybe
because these fights kind of too much. Maybe the ride. It depends on the odds, but these fights kind of up in the air. So I might bet on Devin. I might bet on Devin for.
You gonna bet on Devin?
Yeah.
There you go, Mr. Bird. Yeah, and as far as those cards, I'm not buying no bundle, as I already said. I'm only buying the Ryan and
you're not getting your PPV bundle, girl. You're not getting your bundle.
I don't give a damn about Canelo or what he got going on. I'm gonna buy the Ryan one just so I can see all three of them. And I did watch that little they round table that they had in the city. It's a little weird with all of them. But I will say this though. Who is he fighting? Barbosa, right? T.O.?
Yeah, Barbosa.
Oh my God, that man can't stand him. I hope he goes in there with his emotions in check, and he gonna beat the hell out of T.O. Just the way he was. He really can't stand him or his father, so that's gonna be definitely interesting to see. But outside of that, y'all have a good night, and I will holla.
All right.
Good night, yes, Tuesday night. All right,
10:30. Right. 2 cents after dark. See you then. Mr. Greg, what's going on? What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Well, first I want to say I'm sorry. I just got in the house that I didn't even get a chance to get on. Y'all seemed like y'all was having some fun on the last 2 shows I missed.
Yeah. We always on.
Who was on their knees? That's where I came. I heard Sin talking about everybody's trash, but I know he don't like Crawford, but it looks like he got a whole list of fighters he don't like. Oh man, I think I'm looking for. Now I'll be gone again next week again as well, but I'll try to make sure I see the fights. At least if I don't see the fights, I'll at least try to check it on the chat if I take a laptop or something with me. But I'm still looking forward to that to the card. Next week isn't Conor Ben and
Chris Eubank Jr. is
yeah,
supposed to fight.
They're fighting next week, aren't they?
I don't know. I ain't really been keeping up with that fight like that.
Yeah, I think
I'm not sure when the date is.
Because his father is Eubank's father is furious about this fight going forward. He's been on different little podcasts. Well, he's been on a lot of podcasts on social media period lately. He's an eloquent man, but as far as the fight is concerned, he's been banned from his son's corner as well and camp. So I don't know
what. Why?
Yeah. Well, he thinks he didn't like the fight because he didn't like the weight disparity, and he thinks it's a danger.
I thought they were supposed to fight before, and he had an issue with that. I thought he was
still
over
does. He still does, as far as as I've been seeing.
And this is Conor Ben daddy?
No, Eubank's daddy.
But Eubank bigger than Conor Ben.
Yeah, I know.
So why he tripping it? He about to knock him out.
Who can tell? I just know he thinks it's a bad fight, and so he's been banned from his son's camp and corner. I mean, Not so much. I think it's because he's just not showing the kind of support his son wants. So father son sometimes as they grow up and they get more and more independent. Sometimes the disagreements be what they are. I mean, and at least he's not trying to ruin his son's career like some of these other fathers have been doing. So, but those things do happen. But did y'all have fun tonight? Like I said, it sounds like I came in somebody on the knees and Sin Ironheart. I like them fighters, and I did hear much. So I didn't hear a hacker, getting everybody angry at him as usual. So he must not have been too much on.
I got a new rule now. I will put people in the back that's over talking people. So
well,
they kept the panel a little calm tonight.
Friday, you had to do the same thing. I missed Friday. I came right at your show was over Friday. So I'm not sure how that show went, but sounds like you had everybody acting up.
That was cutting up on Friday, Mr. Gray. You gotta go back and listen to the replay.
Yeah, I kept meaning to listen to it because when I came in, everybody was already gone actually, and you were making it a point that about you got to come on and basically and act right. So I said, I guess they must have been really acting up. But did you enjoy your Easter holiday? Well, it's still Monday, but did you enjoy your Easter?
Yeah, it was cool. That's why I'm on here so late. I went to go hang out with some family today.
Yeah.
So I ended up starting my live at like 10 o'clock.
Let me ask you, are they coming on your platform, your family members? Well, at least listen.
My brother's been on here a few times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of my brothers been on here a few times. But earlier, like when I first started, they would be on here more often.
Okay, well that's all right. Good, you got a family thing going. Got the three. They like what you're doing too.
Oh yeah. We was just talking about boxing. We always talk about boxing when we get together. So we were just talking about boxing today.
How's your merch? The merch moving pretty good, or just getting started? I know you just
getting started.
Yeah, well,
just getting started. But I ain't even mention it today. I forgot. I ain't even think about it.
Well, if it's okay, I will try to mention it every time I come on. Get those.
All right.
Get a set. So I'll help you that way and get some as well. So that should help move things. It's gonna take a while because I guess it'll take a few weeks for the orders to come in and go through the transaction, get them to the people's houses, and they'll start talking about them when as soon as they get them. So that's always a good thing. But I'm happy, and like I said, I'm gonna keep supporting you as long as you grow, and as the show gets so much bigger, we'll be standing in line longer to get on your show. Yeah, but that's a good thing too. So that is a good thing.
Thank you, Mr. Greg.
Yes, indeed. I know you're trying to go to bed, so I won't start talking your ear off. So I will see you Tuesday, though. I'll try to
Tuesday for another late night show.
Yeah, do your thing, sis. Get some rest. To all the chat family, good night now, or good morning now.
However you want to look at it.
Yeah, you got it all. So you have a good sleep, and I'll try. Like I said, I'll be out of town again, but I'll try to see if I can get on Tuesday.
All right, Mr. Gray.
All right, then. Good night.
Get those replays.
Yes, I will. As a matter of fact, because now that I'm here, I'm gonna go do that. Look at that Friday replay as we speak.
All right, Mr. Greg. Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Everybody that supported in the Cash App, everybody that supported in the Super Chat, everybody that punched that like and subscribe button, and of course the 2 centers in the chat and the 2 centers that came on the panel to give their 2 cents for tonight's show. Another interesting show, some more interesting topics. Man, I just love when we all get together and just get to chit chat. Listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, timing you out, kicking you off the panel, muting you, cussing you out, leaving you in the background, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.